Welcome to the channel and welcome to this match play game between Orks and Space Marines. And so while the 13th are fighting the word bearers up in space, up in the void, over on deploymentzone.tv, I thought I'd run out my Orks again on YouTube. Really enjoying my Orks. I'm getting to scratch my Imperium itch over on DZTV. So I know this has been 2 fights in a row with the Orks, but they're new, they're fresh, they're shiny. So let's rampage with Murphy's Waagh one more time. So today on the channel we are playing Lost Signals. 1 minute. Nope, Visions of Victory. Visions of Victory is a Maelstrom game from Chapter Approved 2018, and what happens is communication is lost, it is cut off, it is disrupted. There is a Vanguard Space Marine force which has landed down on Planet Murphy. It might have an Imperial name, but this is where Murphy is from, so it is Planet Murphy. Previously on Planet Murphy, a bunch of Tyranids decided to jump down on this green and fecundant planet, and they had a really bad time. And so now the Vanguard are here, sneaking on with some assassins, determined to cut the head from the snake. And of course, Murphy and his Waagh saw the lights in the sky and have come racing towards the Vanguard to have a jolly good scrap. So maybe the Vanguard trap has been triggered, or maybe they haven't set up well enough yet to face these Orks. Visions of Victory is the Vanguard are cut off from high command, so you draw 4 cards. You can hold up to 4 cards a turn, but it's supposed to represent disrupted signals. You draw 4 cards, and every time you draw a card, actually, you draw 2, and your opponent selects which one you can score. So that's the disrupted signals. And Murphy isn't here today. Instead, his Waagh has come raging off, rampaging off to find these Vanguard Space Marines, so they're way away from the command structure as well. Which means we've got disrupted signals, and we're playing in and around this glorious broken cathedral here. And this model comes from fullgrounduk.co.uk. The battle mat is from gamemat.eu. The resin terrain features that you can see are from Red Dragon Gaming. It's 2,000 points, it's match play. Murphy's Waagh will be racing on from this table edge, Dawn of War deployment. The Vanguard Space Marines and the Assassins will be on that table edge. And joining me today is Mr. AP Byrne. Say hi, Mr. AP Byrne.
Hi, Mr. AP Byrne. It's such a mouthful.
It is a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? I love your army, by the way, absolutely glorious. We'll get to have a look at that in a minute. But you are the fastest painter in the world. You're faster painter than a grot running away from a hungry orc.
Yeah, but my painting's not that good.
You paint your entire army in 20 days.
It's the second army I've painted in 20 days in the past 2 months.
Second army.
Gene Stealer Colts 20 days, these guys 20 days.
I'm slightly jealous.
I have RSI.
Do you? Okay. Well, maybe that's from digging around in trenches, because you're an archaeologist, right?
Yeah, I am.
Have you raided any tombs recently or dodged any giant rolling boulders?
No, I have people for that.
You have people who do that for you.
Yeah.
Glorious stuff. So Murphy will be, well, not Murphy, but a war band of Orks will be rampaging on this way. Maelstrom, try and steal all these cards. 2,000 points. Maelstrom of War. Vanguard Space Marines are here. I think we covered everything. Let's go and have a look at these armies. Right, this is 1998 points worth of Orks. I'm going to be using the Evil Sun's clan trait, which means I can move an extra inch, charge an extra inch, and assault and not suffer the penalty for moving and firing assault weapons, because this represents the portion of Murphy's Waagh that has come charging, racing into this section of the battle grid. It's a battalion and one with all the fasts in it, so I've got 9 command points to play with. And as I said, Murphy is not here today, so leading the force is Warboss Grugga Chugga, Warboss Grugga Chugga, and he's got the Killer Claw, so he re-rolls wound rolls with that claw, and it's a flat 3 damage. And joining him in battle is Weird Boy Will, and he hasn't got that jump because Grugga Chugga told him to bring the Fists of Gork. Yes, that's right, Fist of Gork, which means he can chuck it out on a character, and that character gets +2 strength and +2 attack. Basically, Grugga Chugga said, power me up, Weird Boy Will. and I brought a custom, no, not a custom, I brought a Big Mech in power armor, in mega armor, and he hasn't got a custom force field, he's got a teleport blaster. Basically, I brought along the wrong Big Mech because I really, really like that model. I think it looks glorious. And talking about models, these lovely, lovely models are painted to level 3 painted standard by Den of Imagination. I'm sure you'll agree, they look absolutely glorious. So those are my HQs. In the troops, I've got boys with slugger choppers and a big squad of boys in the back with slugger choppers. And if boys are over 20 models, and there's more than 20, there's many, they get an extra attack. And the choppers give them an extra attack. So every orc in that squad over there has 4 attacks each. And of course, the boss knobs have all got power claws. Over here, a big squad of shooter boys. And in the middle here, a big squad of nobles, all with big choppers and kill saws and things like that. Now, I brought along 4 trucks with me. They haven't got any upgrades apart from the big shooters on. So 4 lovely looking trucks. And then looking across my army, you'll notice that there's only 3 units that can fit inside the trucks. So it looks like I've got a spare truck. The reason for that is, Weird Boy Will is a bit weird. He's got a truck all on his own, because he doesn't play nice with other people. Orcs don't like weird boys very much. They stay away from them or stick them up in high towers where they can't contaminate the rest of the boys or their heads blow up and take out boys with them. Of course, if he's in a truck on its own and the truck goes boom and I roll a 1, then he'll be wiped out. But I think the other boys will just laugh at him. So 3 squads can fit inside the truck. The other 2 squads will be rampaging up the table. Oh, I brought a pain boy along for the first time. So that's a 6-up feel no pain to any orcs within 6 inches of him. And in the far slots, 1 shock jump dragster. So that's pretty much my only big gun. All my other guns are small anti-infantry. I will rely on claws to wreck and do bigger damage. And then 1 unit of knobs on war bikes. And there's big choppers and power claws in there. These guys have just got choppers. And the same over here, 2 at the front with just choppers, and then there's big choppers and power claws in there. So fast units coming up, the knob war bikers, lots of boys coming up in the trucks, big squads of boys running along behind, the wrong psychic power, not the jump, the Fist of Gork, the wrong big mech. You can see Murphy definitely isn't here today. We're just charging forward to get into this scrap as quickly as we can. It keeps it simple for me. It's only my 2nd time playing Orcs, so instead I've just basically got waves and waves and waves of them. Oh, Warlord trait. Grugger Chugger has got Might is Right. It gives him +1 strength and +1 attack. So he's up to 5 attacks. +1 strength, he's up to strength 7. I put the Fist of Gork on him. Basically, he's smacking stuff at strength 20 with 7 attacks, and with the Killer Claw, he'll be re-rolling to wound, hitting on 2s. Oh, well, hitting on 3s because it's a claw, but at strength 20, re-rolling the wound. He's mean. He's yeah, Weird Boy Will needs to keep up with him. Anyway, those are my orcs. Let's go and have a look at the Space Marines. Right, this is 2,009 points worth of Space Marines. So I'll put another orc, he's 7 points. I'm adding an orc, Mr. AP Burn.
Cheating.
2,009 points of space, which is absolutely fine. And you've got a battalion, that's 8 command points. You've got the heavies, which is another one. You've got the fast one, that's another one. And you've got an execution force of assassins.
Why not?
Dropping in to take on Murphy. No Murphy today, you're just going to have to slaughter Grugger Chugger. And this army is painted gloriously. You're using Iron Hands Chapter Tactics, so you've got a 6-up, ignore the damage.
Yeah, I'm basically copying you because it's easy to remember.
It's easy to remember. What is their chapter name?
The Acquiritor Scopum.
Acquiritor Scopum, because?
Because they are the target acquirers.
The target acquirers. Look at that. The DZTV logo on all of their shoulders. Where did you get the transfer from? Did you make it?
A very nice chap from the Warhammer Discord, Richard, printed them all off for me and sent them over. He's an absolute legend.
Absolutely brilliant stuff.
So yeah, there's a couple of freehand ones in there as well, but I got very quickly bored of that.
Brilliant.
So the transfers are the way forward.
So you're saying this chap's called Brom, and he's got an Ultramarine base.
He is First Sergeant Brom.
First Sergeant Brom. But leading the charge today is Captain Winters. And you put what's their name?
Those that whisper.
Those that whisper. That's what Those that whisper. Eldar base on him.
Those that whisper and fallen silent.
And Captain Winters has a flat cap.
Of course.
Brilliant. And you can't put a hammer and a bolter on a Primaris dude.
No, but it looks cool, so I don't care. But he will be running a power sword and a stalker bolt rifle for the purposes of this game.
Power sword and stalker bolt rifle. I thought we said it was a power fist.
That would have been even more points that I would have been cheating by, so I went with the power sword.
Okay. I'm happy for you to run a power fist because it is Captain Winters. And he's got a big hammer in his hand.
Well, it does fit more narratively.
We're saying it's a power fist.
Fantastic. Cheating.
And he's got Iron Resolve, which gives him an extra wound.
Yes, indeed. And the Armour Indomitus as well.
So 2-up save, 7 wounds, power fist, not a hammer, with a pistol.
Yeah.
And you've got a Phobos pattern librarian with him called...
Yeah, Mikey P.
Because he's bold.
He also has some added extras in the post, but he will have a glorious back banner with a clipboard on it, but it hasn't quite arrived yet.
Okay. Lieutenant Liam.
Lieutenant Dempsey.
Lieutenant Dempsey, the Demperor.
The trusty second in command of Captain Winters.
He's got a beard and everything.
Yeah, he also has a very, very stylish purity seal in a colour that should not be named.
Hecatrith. He's dragging behind him a World Eater's helmet.
I wonder why that could be.
Have we got any more named dudes here?
Not yet, but there are more on the way.
Are there?
Yes.
Brilliant. Look at the ancient. He's got DZTV logo on it. The Target Aquarium.
Yes, that'll do.
Okay. Glorious job. I really appreciate what you did. So troops-wise, we've got 1, 2, 3 squads of Eliminators.
Troops-wise is the Infiltrators.
Infiltrators.
So we've got 1 squad of 10 there.
Yeah.
We've got another squad of 10, and then we've got a squad of standard intercessors
with Brom
to
in it.
make up the battalion.
But these squads of 10 can combat squad off.
Yeah.
And then these are Eliminators.
They're the Eliminators, and they're in the Spearhead detachment,
and
so
you've got
the heavies.
3 squads of 3 Eliminators.
Squads of 3.
So it does add to the narrative that you're here to snipe out some of these characters and absolutely annihilate them. I like it.
That's the whole ethos of the Force. They are literally the vanguard. They're all fast-moving, or infiltrators, or snipers.
Brilliant. 2 squads of bouncy dudes.
Yep.
And that one at the back there is stood on, it looks like a member of the Eternal Slaughter.
That's kind of the plan, the head of which is in the hands of Lieutenant Dempsey.
Cool. So yeah, Lieutenant, Captain, Phobos. This one big squad of jumpy dudes.
Yep, 6 jumpy dudes just to make the Outrider detachment for the bouncy dudes and the jumpy dudes.
Okay. Relics-wise?
That would be the Armour Indomitus on the...
right, okay. And do you know what psychic powers... Librarian Mikey P is?
Yes, after much debate, because I've just never used any of them, so we'll just have to see what happens. I've gone with the Scryer's Gaze and the Tenebrous Curse.
Scryer's Gaze is pick a unit and that unit can reroll a hit in the shooting phase.
Indeed.
Which is awesome. And Tenebrous Curse will come in really handy. You pick a unit, an enemy unit, and it halves its move and charge and advance. So it will really slow down an Ork unit that's about to crash into your lines. And it does a mortal wound to that unit as well. So I think you've got the 2 best pack, because you haven't got a very punchy army, you've got a very shooty army. So
Indeed.
the Orks are going to be racing towards you, and you're going to need the buff to reroll a hit, and you're going to want to slow them down. But talking about help, in the backfield, you have an entire execution force.
Because it's just fun.
I love it. We haven't seen the new assassins on the channel yet. So the Ephoreza is an absolute beast in close combat. That Vindicare can fire his rifle twice now.
Yeah.
So
if he manages to kill a character, it just keeps going.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And cool. I like it. So it does look like this Vanguard force has been dropped in here to find Murphy. And it does look like the Evil Sons portion of Murphy's War has come rampaging out to catch you before you're prepared, because you haven't managed to get to Murphy yet.
We will in time.
We will if you survive this battle, my friend, maybe you should not have come to this place. Or as I said, maybe you did this on purpose and of drawing out this portion of the attack, this fast, speedy force. And it's going to be absolutely brutal for the Orks. They're going to get slaughtered, maybe. I really like those symbols on the shoulder pads. I kind of hope you win. I don't want to kill Captain Winters.
It would be ironic, wouldn't it?
It would be ironic.
Maybe I should just push him up the table and see you crumble with fear.
Watch me run away from him. Okay, glorious stuff. 2009 points plus a power fist of Space Marines.
Cheating.
Let's go on to deployment. And we deploy for this 2,000 point match play game of Visions of Victory. The noble Astartes are here. They've come to planet Murphy to stop this war before it builds and builds and builds and becomes an unstoppable tide. And the Evil Sons portion of Murphy's War have come racing out to meet them. And I won the roll-off to place my army down first, which means Mr. AP Byrne put his army down second. So what I did is I put the fast units on the flanks here. There's a unit of Knob War Bikers, and there's 11 boys in the truck with a Pain Boy, and a unit of Knob Bikers and 11 boys in the truck with my Warlord and the Shock Jump Drabster right out on the limb there. Now, Mega Armor Knobs, mechs take up 2 slots, so he's in there with the Nobles. So that's 12. Trucks can fit 12 in. There's 10 Nobles plus him, and Weird Boy Will is all on his own. And then after placing them down on the table, the big 2 squads went right in the middle. So everything in transport's ready to boost forward as quickly as possible. And Mr. AP Byrne did the sensible thing and didn't put anything in the middle of the table. And also when we put objectives down, there's one over on the right flank and one over on the left flank. So he's built himself 2 little castles, trying to draw Murphy's War in 2 separate directions. There's a squad of, I keep forgetting what these new dudes are called.
Infiltrators.
Squad of infiltrators with the sniper eliminators and the intercessors over here. And I don't think they've got any HQ support on this flank at the moment.
There is a Phobos lieutenant in the middle there.
Was there? Where is he?
Right, he's stood on the objective.
Is he? That chap?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you built your second castle down here with Captain Winters and Lieutenant Dempsey, along with the Ancient and some more eliminators, some more troops. Both squads of bouncy dudes with their suppressors here, which is very, very interesting. The big squad of jumpy dudes is coming out of orbit. The
Indeed.
Intercessors?
Inceptors.
That's the one. They're coming out of orbit along with Librarian Mikey P. Oh, and the Vindicare is over here as well. So there's going to be a lot of sniper fire coming from this side. The angles of shots from this flank were better than the angle of shots from this flank. So he's placed them right. So we've got some stuff hurtling down from high orbit. The Librarian is slinking away out there somewhere, and the remaining 3 assassins are slinking away out there because they can also be placed at the end of your turn.
Indeed.
Yeah, interesting. Now, I got to deploy my entire army first. Then you deployed second, so I can choose whether I want to go first or not. So I'd like to go first. Okay, so I deployed first. Would you like to try and steal the initiative, sir?
Oh, yes.
Stealing is bad.
I disagree. There's a 6.
Is that a 6?
There's a 6. This lovely Tabletop Tactics logo.
Awesome channel. Okay, so the Space Marines managed to steal the initiative. It's a trap.
We're going to have a lot of bolter shots.
Yeah, this could be painful. Let's go on to Astartes, turn 1. Right, we need to draw some cards. Communication has broken down.
As always.
And there's an element of deck building in this. You've already pulled 6 cards from your deck. And you can draw up to 4 more. But every card you draw 2. And I get to pick which one you have to choose. I think this is objective 6, so I don't want you getting that one. And that one's objective 2? 4. Okay, I don't want 6 and 4. Okay, the first 2 cards, sir.
Here we go. Secure objective 2. For the Emperor.
What's for the Emperor? Score a victory point if one or more of you... Yeah, you can have that one. And make a successful charge.
Okay.
Make a successful charge.
Next one. No mercy, no respite.
Secure
objective.
I don't know where 5 is.
5 is this one here.
You could drop your bouncy dudes. No, it's a match play game, so they can't come in turn 1. So you can have that one.
Thank you, that's so kind.
No problem.
Here we go again. Defend objective 4. I wonder which one. Oh, there you go.
Oh no, you're on 4 and on 6.
It's not Sophie's choice, it's Murphy's choice.
There's more of your guys on 4. 6 is 6. You can have that one. If you get that one at the end of my turn, you'll have 2 points. Okay, last
One
2.
more. Advance.
Out of your deployment zone.
And secure objective 4.
You can advance out of your deployment zone.
Thought you might pick that one.
So you can't really score that one unless you get everything out of your deployment zone. Secure objective 5 is there. For the Emperor is make a charge and defend 6. Interesting stuff. A mixture of terrible orders coming down from high command for these Vanguard. This is the end of the Astartes movement phase. You're not moving anything.
Nope, no, not with those cards.
As I said, it's a trap. So let's go on to the psychic phase. Your psycho's down here. His psycho's not on the table either.
Yep, that's it. That's the psychic phase done.
All right. Daka phase. Opening up the shooting phase, this big unit of infiltrators have got 24-inch range guns.
Yeah.
And you can deploy them outside of your deployment zone.
Indeed.
So they're all a couple of inches in front, which means they can reach out and touch this unit of Nob Warbikers. And because they stood still, bolt discipline, they fire twice.
Yeah, this is almost orc shooting, except we hit better.
Cool. 3s to hit. Right, these dudes have marksman bolt carbines, and 6s to hit are auto wounds. So target acquired there, just like the lovely symbols on your thing.
We train hard.
And those ones you need to wound. It is strength 4. There's a toughness 5.
So 5.
And that's good.
Re-rolling the 1s because the lieutenant.
Okay. That didn't help.
Didn't.
So I will add these to the 6s. And it's 4-up saves for the Nob Warvikers. And they have 3 wounds each. So I lose 1. And 1 is down to 1 wound. The biker on 1 wound left. We're going across to this intercessor squad here. They've got Stalker pattern bolt rifles, you tell me.
Yeah, it's a narrative thing. All of the standard troops, so
Yep.
the intercessors in the Scopum, have Stalker bolt rifles because they're snipers and marksmen.
Ah, I love it. Okay, so 5 shots, 36-inch range, but it's not rapid fire, so you don't get to fire it twice.
Sadly not. Hitting on 3s.
And you hit twice. Strength 4.
I told you we were expert marksmen.
It doesn't wound. Strength 4 doesn't wound. We've got 3 eliminators over here. Do you want to try and fire them?
Yeah, we definitely will. I'll just pick what ammunition I'm going to use.
Right, the 3 eliminators are firing out 3 executioner rounds. They hit on 3s.
Here we go.
And you hit twice. Strength 4, but it is AP -2 if you can wound.
Here we go.
And re-roll 1s, because the lieutenant...
There we go, that's
there's
a wound.
And it's -2 D3 damage. There's a bike on 1 wound left. -2. I need a 6. Dead bike.
Definitely.
Right, what was that, Mr. AP Burn?
I was thinking about 20 odd bolter shots.
Yes.
Snipers, expert marksmen, stalker bolt rifles.
Yes.
I killed 2 bikes.
You killed 2 bikes. Maybe the left flank could do better.
It can't do much worse.
Chin up. Chin up, fella. Let's unleash hell. Okay, so coming across to the other unit of eliminators, because of the way you set out the screen, you want to aim at the bikes, but only the 6 in the middle can reach the bikes because they deployed outside their deployment zone. These 2 can hit the shock jump dragster. So 4 shots coming in because of bolted discipline.
Cool. Here we go.
And that's 2 6s, so that's 2 auto wounds, and you need another 5.
Can we re-roll that though?
Oh yeah, Lieutenant.
There you go.
Okay, so 3 wounds, 3 4-up saves. I take 2 wounds.
Mm-hmm.
6 wounds left on the shotgun dragster, and then the other 12 rounds coming into the Nob Bikers one more time. Hitting on 3s. And re-rolling 1s. There's a 1 there.
There's 1.
And those 6s are auto wounds again.
Yeah, indeed.
4 auto wounds. Now 5s to wound with the other lot. Re-roll a 1. Cool. So this many 5 4-up saves. And only 1 wound done on the Nob Bikers. Then Lieutenant Dempsey and the Ancient fired out Stalker bolt rifles into the Nob Warbikers, taking 1 more wound off. Now we're on to the suppressors, the bouncy dudes, and you've decided you're going to fire a truck now.
Yeah, I'm torn. Those bikes are a threat potentially because they're going to be in my face pretty quickly. But
Yes.
I want to crack open one of those trucks just to give my snipers something to pour their delicious sniper rounds into.
There's a lot of snipers over there, and it would be a shame to just bikes, but the bikes are nasty.
Yeah, so I'm going to put 3 into the truck.
Into the one with
so
my
the
warlord?
first squad is going into that one with your warlord in.
Okay.
We're going to see what happens, then I'll decide what I'll do with the second 3.
So 6 shots hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s because of Captain Winters.
Yes, legend that he is. I need him. Helped a bit.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Not much of a legend, I assure you.
I think we know what the next 3
3s
shots
to wound. Re-rolling the 1s because of Dempsey. Oh, they get through. It is -2, so I need 6s. No, and each of them does 2 damage unless I roll 6s for Ramshackle, and then it becomes a 1 damage.
Cheeky.
No. Mr. AP Byrne,
Yes.
the truck's down to 6 wounds left.
Yes.
That could have been better. And the bikers are still full. What are you doing now with the other unit of suppressive?
It's so stupid, but I want to crack that open so badly. So the next 6 shots are going into the truck as well. And because I only have to wound with half of these shots to crack it open.
Maybe Captain Winters can help a bit more this time.
Let's hope so.
Makes me laugh every time. All 2 1s.
He's going to help.
He's providing guidance and he helps one of them. Target acquired with 2 of the dice there.
Okay.
3's to wound. Reroll the 1s. Dempsey didn't help, right?
He's useless. So you need to fail all of these.
He doesn't watch my battle reports, you know. He will have no idea. 6s. I fail them all. Now, that is 6 damage because each do 2 damage each. Unless I can roll a 6 on Ramshackle and reduce a 2 damage. Ramshackle reduces any multi-damage weapon down to only 1 damage if you get a 6. No.
Result.
You have cracked open the truck. Gruggerchucker will be on foot. Does it explode? No. And there's a little 12 guys in there. On 1s, I lose boys as they scramble out of the wreckage. 5 1s. There's no point. Normally you get 1-1 and you think about command pointing it. But there really isn't a point. Turns out the truck getting nuked did more damage to my army than all the other shots that came raining in. Gruggerchugger's feet are on the battle grid and he's looking across at 6 snipers and a sniper extraordinaire, the Vindicare assassin over there. Now you could dive all this firepower into the pikes now if you want to, but I suspect that you probably want to try and take out my warlord.
It's not what this army's about.
Okay, so 3 mortis rounds coming into my warlord.
Yep.
Hitting on 3s. And
tension.
Ooh, yeah. 1 hit. Strength 4, toughness 5. Reroll the 1 because lieutenant. No, that's the first squad whiffed. Now the second squad.
Rinse and repeat.
3 hits. That's better.
Much better. Here we go.
And only 1 wound, which does a mortal wound in addition.
Yeah.
And it's AP -2, this stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I need a 6. Which I fail, and it does D3 damage.
Here we go.
Whoa.
Oh, the big 3.
4 damage in total off Gruggerchugger. Right, I think I said mortis rounds, but those were executioner rounds coming into Gruggerchugger. And now eyeing him up across the battle grid is that Vindicare assassin there. Firing an Exotus rifle, and he hits on a 2.
He does indeed. He only needs 1 shot.
He hits. He wounds on 2s because it is an infantry model.
And he can't re-roll because he's not an Astartes.
No, but you could spend a command point.
That's not what I'm about.
Well, you could spend a command point to... What do you mean that's not what you're about?
I don't command point re-roll.
What do you mean? There's my warlord on 2 wounds left.
I know, but I would be ridiculed within the community if I broke and used a re-roll. I used them on stratagems.
Yes, but not on rerolls.
Not on re-rolls.
But a reroll is a stratagem.
Yeah, I know, but he missed, and that's that.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. AP Byrne is letting the dice gods defend the fate of his army, decide the fate of his army. You have got first strike. You are defending objective 6.
Yep.
So it's 1 point to 0 and first blood. No.
First strike is...
First strike is what I'm talking about. I'm getting confused already. So 1 point to 0 in favour of the Astartes. And now there's a rev of engines and a bellow of exhaust clouds. Let's go to Orks. Turn 1. All right. So my objectives. I've got Big Game Hunter and Stop 'em Boys. I should have really discarded Big Game Hunter.
I was going to say I haven't got anything, so you can do that again if you want.
So with an element of deck building at the beginning of the game, I forgot to get rid of that card. So, okay. So you're making me keep that one?
Yeah.
Secure 3 and Supremacy. Any 3 objectives should be quite easy for me to do because I'm very quick.
Yeah, Supremacy's got to go in the bin.
I don't know where 3 is.
Yeah, it's on your side of the board, but I think Supremacy is more points.
How about Secure 5 and Master the Warp? You do that, and 5 is there, and you want it, it's in your hand.
Yeah, and having played against Weird Boys before, I'm going to let you have Master the Warp, and you get rid of Secure.
Okay. Clearly, Grugger Chugger's got a bit of a headache. Defend 1, no prisoners, just kill stuff.
Or you're going to get either of those, I think.
Defend 1 is hang back, and it's over here.
Yeah. Let's go for get rid of no prisoners, and you've got to stay away from me.
Okay, so I should be able to defend 1. I don't know where 3 is. That's in my table half. Should be able to get that, and that will be at the end of my turn. And first strike is up for grabs. All right, let's go on to the movement phase. Oh, 1 minute before we went on. Forgot to do a leadership test on the boys. Their leadership's 7. So I lost 5 plus 5 is 3. They're considered to have failed. So Grugger Chugger breaks some heads. And what happens is he does D3 mortal wounds to the unit. And then the unit is considered to have passed, as he punches 2 of them to death and says, the rest of you, hang in there. But more orky with lots of violence.
Oh, yeah, we love it. Violence is better with Orks.
And the Knob War Bikers as well are leadership 7, so they could fail on a 6. However, their leadership is currently many. Right, here we are after Grugger Chugger's Speedwise movement phase. The boys, the knobs on bikes that got rudely shot at, have come racing up over here. And I mean to get into the troops. Now, they do auto 6s to wound on Overwatch when they shoot. So Overwatch from these guys could be a problem. But hopefully I'll soften up the target before I go charging in there. The bike's moving further than typical because of Evil Sons. +2 for speed freak stuff. So there's a 16-inch move. The truck has got 11 boys with sluggers and choppers in, and it's rundling after them. That's a word now. This is a smaller target. Less units going here. The 2 big squads of boys. This is the slugger chopper squad. This is the shooter squad, advanced and got some decent advance rolls, and then with Evil Sons moving even further into this big ruin in the middle. And the Pain Boy jumped out and is in the middle of them. So granting everyone a 6-up, feel no pain. Plus we're defending objective 1, which is there. And then jumping on to objective 1 is Weird Boy Will and Grugger Chugger himself. He came running across this way. He surrounded himself with a unit of boys because he can see specks in the sky racing down towards him, and he didn't expect to see his truck blow up so soon. And then shots come out of the darkness from nowhere and suddenly injure him. So he's a bit angry. He's run off into here, gathered the boys around him to defend himself, sent back the boys that were shot out of the truck with him onto this objective here after crunching a few of their heads. Get back on that objective, lads, next to that canister. So should score that one, hopefully defend that one. Master the Warp is in my hand as well. Not going to get Big Game Hunter because I should have chucked it out of my hand before I started. And then over here we had this truck advanced with the nobles inside it. The bikers didn't, the shock jump dragster didn't. I brought the shock jump dragster along just in case there were any vehicles that I needed to take out. Normally I wouldn't charge it into something, but again, worried about as soon as you get 6s to hit, it does auto wounds. Worried about them wounding the Knob War Bikers here, so I figure if I send the shock jump dragster in there first, maybe it can soak up the Overwatch, and then the War Bikers will go flying in. Now, Psychic phase, need Master the Warp. He's going to give Fist of Gork to Grugger Chugger, +2 attacks and strength, just in case he gets charged by anything. And you add 1 to the psychic roll for every boy, 10 boys that are within 10 inches of Weird Boy Will. It turns out there's many. I'm getting +3 to this dice roll. I need a 6. That's a pass, but at least it isn't a perils. And that is Master the Warp. He can only know 1 psychic power, so that's a point. My Warlord is powered up. Now let's shoot some guns. Let's go from left to right. Shock jump dragster firing at... actually, these have got camo cloaks, right?
Yeah, they're all in cover completely, and they've got the camo cloaks.
I can see some bouncy dudes in the background. Suppressors. Let's fire at the bouncy dudes with a rocket hitting on a 5. No. And then the shock rifle with the targeting squig hits on 3s. I miss everything. Typical start to an Orc shooting phase. Now, the Nob war bikers are going to fire at the troops in front, soften them up before I go charging in. They have 6 shots each, and they hit on 5s. 6s generate extra shots. 12 hits with 8 daka, generating 8 more shots. As they fill the air with lead, these in turn don't generate any more hits. But I got 2 out of that, which is not bad. 14 hits in total. I like it. Strength 5 as well. So I'm winning on 3s. Daka. 10 3-up saves.
Here we go.
Ooh, each Primaris has got 2 wounds. So I kill 2.5.
2.5 dead.
Beginning to soften the target. Now this truck is open topped. I can fire out the top of it. So let's fire my big mech in Mega Armor. His custom Mega Blaster will hit on a 5. And on a 1 he does a mortal wound to himself. Yeah, so he overcooked that gun. He was a bit enthusiastic. Now let's fire the Teleport Blaster, 12-inch range. I'm about 11 away. 5s to hit. And 1 daka. 2 hits. Now, this is strength 8 minus 2, 1 damage. So 2s to wound. I get 2 wounds in at -2, sir.
Okay, here we go. Nope.
So that one dies, and then you can place a wound on anyone else. And if this gun doesn't, if a model suffers any unsaved wounds from this thing, then I roll a dice, and I need to beat the number of wounds it has left. So not a 1. So that's a 2. It beats the number of wounds it has left. That guy just got teleported into the warp and is dead as well. 1 minute, he's back from the warp. That happens at the end of the phase. So lessons were learned. I need to fire that gun last. Because inside there's 10 guys with shooters and an 11th guy with a boss knob who've got shooters. So the shooters might kill him anyway. Hitting on 5s. And I've got 3 there with daka. Yeah, oh. I think the shooters might take him out. Need to do the teleport blaster last. 4 wounds. 4 3-up saves.
Do that easy.
Yeah, he's dead. He doesn't get teleported into the wound. Instead, he just succumbs to his injuries. I'd rather that happened. Maybe he can slink off into the shadows somewhere.
Infiltrating the warp.
Yeah.
Better, more narrative.
Infiltrating the warp. Teleport blaster just sucked into it. Big shooter on the truck. 2 hits. This is strength 5. 2 wounds. Same target.
No.
Another one dead. Big shooter on this truck. I don't know if he can even see. Yes, he can. He can see the ones on that corner, and it's 36-inch range, so I can reach out on 5s. 1 hit with daka. 2 hits, strength 5. 1 more wound. Nope. And his holy power armor holds firm.
Oh, I thought it was -1.
Moving further down the line, I've got a big shooter here and a big shooter there. And that big shooter can shoot through the window. This one can see down there into the suppressors. Now I did advance, but with Evil Sons I can advance and not suffer the penalty for shooting and advancing, because these are assault weapons. Basically almost everything in the Ork army is an assault weapon. 5s to hit. 2 hits. That's strength 5 into your suppressors. 2 wounds, sir. 2 3-up saves.
No.
Ooh, I kill a suppressor. That's painful.
Did you have a unit that you were targeting?
Yes. Much daka, big wow. That's that big squad. Nothing else can reach out from the middle. Across to this unit of Nob bikers firing in at the squad that they want to charge as well. Less shots though, because a couple died, and I'm daka-ing twice. 11 hits in total, strength 5, wounding on 3. 3 wounds. 3 wounds?
3 wounds. Disease.
And you're okay. 1 takes a wound. Big shooter on the truck. 2 hits. 2 more wounds. 1 dies.
1's dead.
And all the boys inside fire their pistols, their sluggers in the general direction of that squad as well. On 5s, daka. 2 of them manage to find their mark, and 1 of them wounds, but the holy power armor stands firm. Right, and that's the end of my shooting phase. I only killed one of the dudes in this squad, 5 in the other squad, and I don't fancy my chances charging in. I'm definitely going to lose a couple more bikers. So I'm going to spend a command point on drive-by crumping, which means at the end of the movement phase, shooting phase, they can move again, and they can move 16, which is a long way. And I've done the distinctly un-orky thing to do, which is pull back. They've came up, they've shot lots and lots and lots of dagger in, and then they've sped back round behind here, reloading their guns. The idea is I move round next turn, dagger them again, and then jump on them. So a 1-2 punch. It isn't brutal, but it's cunning but brutal.
It's confusing but brutal.
And that's the end of the shooting phase. I wished in the movement phase I could have got the pain boy closer to Grugger Chugger, and then I could have healed him a little bit, particularly with a midi squig, but that didn't happen. So instead we're going to come over here and charge, because it is now the charge phase, with my shock junk dragster into the unit of troops out front, looking for first strike. This is the Overwatch. Let's see how many 6s you get.
Oh, you put a curse on it now. There you go.
None.
Can't reroll the ones though.
Oh yeah.
Get these out of the way. Yeah, still nothing.
None. Charging. I think that's enough.
Easily.
So the dragster is in. Now the knobs are going to go charging in. It's a 7. I get +1 to this because Evil Sons, and I can reroll because of basically they're in. And we end up here. These are the only units that are charging this phase. So starting off with a shot jump dragster, building up to the knob war bikers there. He's got 4 attacks and he hits on 4s. So that's 2 hits. And it is strength +1. Basically it's strength 6. 2 wounds at -1, 1 damage with his saw blades. These rotating away on the front there.
We can save that.
Can you?
No.
Onto the nobles, on their buggies. There's 2 guys there with choppers, 2 guys with big choppers, and 2 with power claws in this squad. Let's start off with the big choppers, hitting on 3s. Only get 3 hits, and it's strength 7, it's strength plus a couple. All wound, -1, 2 damage each.
Here we go. 1 goes through.
So that's 1 dead Primaris. Then the power claws will punch you. These are -1 to hit. So those are 3 hits. This gets me up to strength 10, so I'm winning on 2s. 3 wounds at -3.
6 ups. No.
None of them. And each does D3 damage. Primaris Marines have 2 wounds each. So the first one is just tickled, but not dead. And then he dies. And the second guy is tickled as well. So you've got 1.5 Primarises left. And then the 2 guys with just the sluggers. Choppers will hit you. Choppers give me an extra attack. So I've got 8 attacks with these 2 guys. They hit on 3s. Everything hits this time.
God.
Strength 5. I'm winning on 3s, but this is no AP and no multiple damage. So 6 wounds. You've got 3 wounds left in that squad. 6, 3 up staves.
We can do it.
You know, every time you say we can do this or everything's going to be fine, it doesn't. It's like you're tempting the dice gods and they can hear you.
Oh, I know.
And that's first strike. Then I pile in, then the eliminators get to strike back. 2 attacks each, +1 for the sergeant. Hitting on 3s. Rerolling 1s because of Winters, who sounds like an awesome dude.
He is, he's an absolute legend.
Strength 4.
Although Dempsey's the boss in combat.
Dempsey's really the boss, you know. Reroll 1s. Yeah, Dempsey has MMA training. Winters has cake and ice cream training. 3 4-up saves. I lose a wound, and there was a knob who was injured. So you've killed one of my knobs.
Excellent.
You punched me in the knob there. And that is the end of turn 1. There is no morale test to take here. I've shut down your eliminators from shooting next turn. You've only lost 1 model on the other side of the battle grid over there. But the Orks have engaged in close combat in turn 1. I did get Master the Warp. I did get First Strike. And I have secured Objective 3. So that's 3 points to 1 for Murphy's War. I'm also defending this objective here. So at the end of this turn, I will get 2 points, but you also defended your objective over there. So I got 3 points. You successfully defended your objective, 3 points each. 2 points for this at the end of your turn, unless you can get in there. But there are lots of troops there with a very, very high morale. So 3 points each at the end of turn 1. I will obviously discard Big Game Hunter,
I
which I should have done at the beginning of the game. So that's the end of Orcs turn 1. There is a hum from above, a whistling sound, as maybe these jumpy dudes, these inceptors, decide to descend upon this battle grid. Plus there's assassins out there lurking in the undergrowth. Will they show their hand this turn? Let's find out in Space Marines turn 2. So these are the 2 orders remaining in Mr. AP Burns' hand at the end of his last turn, because you ditched one of the unsecurable ones. You got the defend one. So you need to secure 5, which is there. Make a charge, and then draw 2 more. And see what the orders end up. Defend 5 as well as secure 5. Overwhelming firepower.
That's doable, isn't it?
See, getting onto 5 though, you can't just drop something out of space because 9 inches away from an enemy model. You've got to actually get onto it. But if I let you keep that, then potentially in the next turn, but overwhelming firepower is worth D3 points. I think I have to get rid of overwhelming firepower because you've got such a lot of DACA with the Vindicare, with the bouncy dudes coming in, the jumpy dudes. I have to get rid of that, which means securing 5 and defending 5 in later game turns will become very critical for you.
Indeed.
Okay, the next 2. Behind enemy lines. Defend 3. Where is 3?
3's in the maelstrom.
3's there.
Oh, I thought it was in the middle. Oh, cool. That's
Behind enemy lines is also doable because you've got assassins. Which one do you want? I don't know which one to get rid of. Let's roll a dice. That one. I'll get rid of behind enemy lines.
That's good because I wanted defend objective 3.
Damn it. So the Astartes need to secure defend 5, defend this objective, and make a charge. 1 minute, a bit more of bookkeeping. Reign of Confusion. Because I spent a command point in my first battle round, and you have a Kaladas assassin in your army on a 4-up, that command point costs 2. That stratagem costs 2 command points, not 1.
Here we go.
It costs 2 instead of 1. Here we are after the Astartes movement phase. Nothing in this castle on the left flank decided to move. Then over here, this turn took a lot longer than it should have. You have many thinking, many measuring.
My brain hurts.
Yes. So the unit of jumpy dudes have descended from high orbit here, backed up by Mikey P, the librarian. And he's got some psychic powers that can help. And you've made sure you're within 6 inches of Lieutenant Dempsey as well. So you've got re-rolling bubbles going on all over the place here. And I think you're thinking about targeting that truck because it is full of nobles with big choppers and power claws and lots of nasty stuff.
It needs to die.
It needs to die. And the Eversaw is there as well. So anything that you don't manage to polish off, when he drops in, it's a 3d6 charge.
3d6 charge.
To get in and try and polish them off. So if you don't manage to do that, then it is crumping time. There's a big jump of stuff coming out. You kept the Eliminators in close combat because if they fell out, then basically Winters can jump in there. If they fell out of close combat, then next turn I could charge you again. This way I can't fall back and charge.
Yeah, it made it high. If I pulled them out, it made it very high stakes.
Yeah.
Whereas at least here I'm controlling what's going on a bit.
A bit. And we've given Captain Winters a power fist because he deserves one. And then this thing, what's this one called?
That is the Kalidas assassin.
Kalidas drops in 3 inches away from enemy units plus a d6.
Yeah.
And you rolled a 2. So you're straight on this objective here. So you're securing that one, that's a point. If you make a charge, that's another point. And if at the end of the turn you're defending that one, that's 2 more points. So a big collection of dudes over here. And the Caluxus came in over here. Now, this thing is always 6s to hit in the fight phase or shooting, and it's out on the flank. And this is the other objective that you need to defend as well. So if you make that charge after shooting a couple of them off, potentially you could defend that objective. And what's more importantly, if I want to come back here for the assassin, it pulls a chunk of my army away from the rest of your army.
Gives you some thinking to do.
Distraction tactics in the backfield there. I like it.
We're sneaky.
We're sneaky. We're sneaky too. So you're being cunning but brutal.
You're being brutal but cunning.
Right, okay. So we have a psychic phase this turn.
Yay.
let's do the psychic phase. What are you starting off with, sir?
We're going to do the Scryer's Gaze.
Okay.
And it has to be on something with Phobos armour.
Okay.
So weirdly, it can't be on these suppressors.
Okay.
Because they don't have the Phobos keyword.
So it's re-rolled a hit.
Yep. So we're going to put it on the Eliminators.
Yeah.
Because they do have Phobos armour.
Okay.
Couldn't remember what they were called, but never mind.
So re-rolled a hit with them. You need a 6. Which you get. I can't deny it's outside of denial range.
Excellent.
And then smiting?
Yeah, we're going to smite the truck.
Smite the truck, okay.
Yeah.
That works. D3 mortal wounds on the truck.
Yeah, 3.
Whoa, that's 3. It's down to 7 already. Right, going on to the shooting phase. Where are we starting?
Well, I have many command points.
You've got like 10.
Yes, Winters has stood stoically on the hill over there and hasn't moved.
Okay.
So I'm going to use 3 CP for an orbital bombardment.
We never see that stratagem.
Well, that is the beauty of not re-rolling, you see.
Calling in an orbital bombardment from the strike cruiser up ahead, I can sense where you might be trying to...
there's quite an easy target.
All right, let's do this. Selecting this point here, and now we're rolling D6 for the range to see how big this lance strike is.
5.
5, okay. And we said it was 4 inches to both of my characters.
Yeah.
And this squad and this squad. So on a 4, it does D3 mortal wounds to that squad.
Yeah.
For 3, which I could ignore on 6s with my pain boy. Hey, one of them manages to find a hidey hole. So 2 in the slugger chopper squad. A 4 on the other squad.
Yeah.
And that's D3 mortal wounds again.
2.
2, pain boy. No, 2 in that squad. Let's pull the models, otherwise it's going to get confusing. A 5 to hit the pain boy.
Nope.
No, a 5 to hit my weird boy. Weird boy Will.
Nope.
No, and a 5 to hit.
Saving up for this guy. Nope.
Oh.
Every time I say it.
Okay, so the strike only manages to kill 4 boys in this sanctuary in the middle of the table. Now we're going to go on to the shooting phase.
The mistake we made there was the captain of the ship said, aim for the green. And such a green and fecundant planet, they completely missed.
Yeah, some light strikes went over here somewhere. Right, now we're starting up the shooting phase. The infiltrators firing everything they have into the truck. 18 shots because of bolter discipline, hitting on 3s. The 2 6s are auto wounds, the rest are winning on 5s. Rerolling 1s because of the lieutenant.
Thankfully.
6 4-up saves. The truck only takes 2 wounds. Now the stalker rounds coming in, hitting on 3s from the intercessors. 3 hits and winning on 5s. No, I'll reroll on the 1.
Nope.
No wounds.
Sergeant Brom is not issuing clear orders to his men.
Sergeant Brom, what are you doing? Then the lieutenant fired in, didn't wound. Then we had a good look, and I managed to hide my warlord quite nicely from the snipers over in that side of the battle grid. They can see Weird Boy Will, however. But the eliminators on this side of the battle grid have got a clear line of fire past the statue into Grugger Chugger. So you're firing at him.
We will bring him down.
Going for warlord kill. This is what they're here for. 3s to hit. Everything hit. 5s to wound now. That's a mortal wound in addition. So if I fail a 6, he's going to die.
Yeah.
Because that would be another D3 wounds. It's -2. Just need a 6 to keep my warlord alive.
Oh.
I roll a 6.
Jammy.
Right, this flank's done and dusted. Grugger Chugger breathing a sigh of relief there. Now we're across to the Calexis, doing his Animus Speculum into these poor boys here.
So it's salt D3?
Yep.
Big 3.
Nice. Hits on 2s, right?
He does indeed.
That's that all assassins hit on 2s.
That's what they're here for. Oh my god.
Only 1 hit though.
He's just a bit tired.
Yes.
It's the weight of this massive cannon strapped to his head. You know, his chin was down slightly.
Strength 5?
Yes.
And that's a wound and it's AP minus huge.
AP -4.
Okay, so one of them goes plat. After this assassin, we're on to the other assassin, the Calidus?
Calidus, yeah.
The lady one?
The lady one.
She's firing what?
The neural shredder at the truck.
Okay, hitting on a 2? How many shots?
2. Just 1 shot,
Nice,
one.
okay.
Here we go. There we go. Hits.
Right.
So each time it hits, we roll 3d6 for each time a weapon scores a hit.
Right.
If if my roll is equal to or greater than the target's highest leadership characteristic, it's D3 mortal wounds.
The truck's got leadership of 6.
So I have to beat 6 on 3d6.
Yes. You
There
beat 6. So D3 mortal wounds on the truck.
3.
You shred. You said that wasn't very good. It shreds 3 mortal wounds off the truck.
It's designed to kill characters, not trucks.
Oh.
So I don't know quite what neurals I shredded. With,
Bits are definitely hanging off the truck now. Now the unit of 2 suppressors are going to pick on the truck. 4 shots coming in. They didn't move, so 3s to hit.
Reroll the 1. Nope.
No, the guidance of Winters didn't help.
You need to shout louder.
3s. They both wound.
Both wounding.
I need 6s. I fail them, and then 6s I reduce the damage with ramshackle. It's got 1 wound left, that truck. Now, do you want to put any more suppressor fire into them, or maybe bolt rifle fire instead?
I think it's bolt rifle fire, just to see if I can whittle it down rather than wasting all those shots.
Who's doing what? You've got the ancient and the...
It's got to be the hero that is Captain Winters with his stalker pattern bolt rifle.
Okay.
Oh no, hang on, we took that off him because we gave him a power fist, so he's only got a pistol.
Okay.
So we're going to do the hero that is Lieutenant Dempsey with his stalker pattern bolt rifle into here.
He is on 3.
He
hits
on a 6.
Well done, Liam.
Dead eye.
Doesn't wound though.
Can't re-roll because of himself.
The ancient has a stalker. He's firing in.
Here we go.
Re-rolling.
Oh, come on.
Right, the Eversor Assassin is definitely going to do it. He's got an Uzi, a 4-shot pistol.
The executioner pistol. Here we
go.
go.
2s.
All hit.
Everything hits. Strength 4 though. 2 wounds, and it's -1/1 damage. I think you can re-roll hits or wounds versus infantry. Clearly the truck isn't infantry. 5s to keep the truck alive? No.
Excellent.
Does it blow up? No. And 11 nobles inside, plus the mech. This would be an expensive... If I roll a bunch of 1s again... I roll 3 1s. And the squad of nobles jump out of the truck. Now, the tactical thing to do would have been to pull them all back behind the truck, but that's not very orky. But it would have been incredibly not cunning to put them right in front of the truck. So I've stuck them a bit behind and a bit on the side. And then I looted the truck for a command point, which means my nobles have now got a 3-up save instead of a 4-up save as they rip bits of the armor panels off the truck and stick them onto their torsos, hammer them on. And now the truck has been ripped open. The jumpy dudes that just descended on tails of fire from orbit are unloading their assault bolters into the knobs as they hammer bits of armor onto themselves. And you're in range of the captain and the lieutenant. 36 shots, hitting on 3s.
Need bigger hands for this. Here we go.
Daka. And re-rolling 1s.
Oh my god, there's a lot of 1s.
With the re-roll, that was 30 hits. 30.
It's a lot of hits.
Strength 5, toughness 4.
Here we go.
3s to wound. And re-rolling 1s because of Dempsey. 23 wounds got in at -1. Would be a 4-up save. Down to a 3-up save for looter. Back to a 4-up save because of AP -1. I'm going to lose plenty of knobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 knobs die, which means the boss knob is just standing there with 1 wound left, wondering why it's raining metal and bits of shiny red mist. After the jumpy dude, we did the pistols from the eliminators into the knob bikers, didn't do anything. Now you've only got a couple of things left to fire. The eliminators who've got the spell on them, and the suppressors who can see the top fin of the shock jump dragster here. So that's what you're firing at.
Yeah.
Thought about putting it into the truck, but it's empty. But the explosion would have been hilarious. But instead, going for the shock jump dragster. So,
Let's give it a go.
3s to hit. Re-rolling those 1s with the expert guidance of Winters. And then winning on 3s.
Here we go.
And re-rolling 1s with the expert guidance of Dempsey. Lieutenant Dempsey. 3.
Yep.
3 at -2.
I'm going to say yes.
2 damage each. And I've only got 6
damage.
wounds left on the shock jump dragster, so I need 1 6 to keep it alive. I don't get any 6s. So you do take out the dragster.
Just as planned.
It will blow up on a 6. It doesn't blow up.
I kind of wanted it to blow up, even though it hurt me.
Eliminators and the Vindicator left to fire. So sniper rounds. Where are you putting these sniper shots, sir?
Actually, let's start with the suppressors into this dude here.
Take out the mech?
Yeah, take out the mech.
Okay, 3s to hit, re-rolling because of Scryer's Gaze. And you need that re-roll.
All hit.
Okay, 4s to wound. This is executioner rounds, I'm assuming.
It is indeed.
So that's a mortal wound in addition. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's -2. I am in big mech armor, so I have a 4-up save, which I fail, and it does D3 extra wounds.
Oh, saved by the terrain.
Target acquired. And now the Vindicator, firing at Weird Boy Will. So 2s to hit. Can he hit this time?
Yes, just.
2s to wound.
Yeah,
it's AP minus huge.
Yeah, lots.
D3 damage?
Yeah.
For 3. He's got 2 wounds left.
2.
What?
D3 damage.
D3 damage, so he takes 2 wounds. He's got 2 left.
Oh, sorry. That's maths.
But the Vindicator does something if a model isn't dead.
Something, Vindicator.
Let's have a look at the rules. So when a model gets hit by a Vindicator assassin and doesn't die, you need to find out whether it's a headshot. He's got 2 wounds left. He ain't dead. But on a 3-up, you do a mortal wound.
Yep.
I suddenly remembered I'm in range of the Pain Boy. So let's do 3 6s. So he's still got 2 wounds left. Mm-hmm. And then you keep rolling. It was and then now it's a 4-up for another mortal wound.
No.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
So a slight headshot. You could have shot him in the head. He's an orc. It just bounced off his head. So he's got 2 wounds left. The Pain Boy kept him alive there.
Indeed.
But he can shoot again, right?
Well, he can, because I'm going to use 1 CP for the double kill strategy.
It's only 1 CP.
It's only 1 CP. Use this stratagem in the shooting phase. After a Vindicator on it, your army shoots. He can shoot again, but not at the same target.
Okay. Is there any viable targets for him?
Oh, it's a target-rich environment.
So Mr. AP Byrne choosing to fire down here with the Vindicator Assassin to make it easier for the Coluxus to get this objective, because you have to defend objective 3 in your hand.
I do indeed.
So 2s to hit.
Hits.
2s to kill a boy.
Oh, come on.
Only taking 2 wounds off the Weird Boy there. I like to think that he probably got a headshot with both shots, and their skulls are just very, very thick and bony, or maybe took half of his head off and they just don't know they're dead yet. So that's the end of your shooting phase. You've wiped out the shock jump dragster, the truck, virtually all the boys that were in the truck, and the big mech that was there. You've significantly helped secure this flank, which pushes me a long way away from your army, to be honest. That was quite successful.
It was some deadly shooting. But then that is what we do.
Now you need to make a charge. You've got it in your hand.
I do.
You need to, for the Emperor, successfully make a charge. Where do you want to start?
Well, let's start with the crazy Rage Assassin, because he's fun.
Okay. Sir.
And he's going to charge into the bikes.
Is he?
Because this guy is not a threat, and I think these could actually...
Yeah, that knob is going to cost me 2 command points to keep him alive. I've got 6 left, but it's going to cost me 2 command points just to keep 1 noble.
Yeah, so by charging this guy in, he can do some damage to those, and if he doesn't polish them off, which he probably won't, then the Kalidas could potentially...
But you need to secure that objective, right?
Ooh, that's true. We'll see.
We'll see.
He's going in.
3d6 for the Editor. Oh, he's angry. Well, he's always angry. Are you going to put Captain Winters in as well with his Brown Fist? Okay. Well, these bikes are locked in combat. They can't shoot you.
Winters is in.
Okay. Winters and the Assassin make the charge into the bikes. Then we came over here. I did the Overwatch with these boys into the Coluxus.
Yeah.
Now you need to make a 9th charge. The Overwatch missed.
Let's do this. He's in.
That's a 10. And you have got Defend Objective 3 in your hand. So the Coluxus makes it in, but we're going back over here and starting with the Eversaw Rage Monster in on my War Bikers, because otherwise I could pay to interrupt. Mm-hmm. And I'll try and take him out first, because this guy is brutal. Let's find out what he can do. He's got 6 attacks, right?
Yep.
And he's hitting with what?
2s, as ever, with his Neuro Gauntlet.
Okay, 2s to hit.
All hit.
Everything hit. His Neural Gauntlet is strength.
5.
Okay.
So 4s, yeah?
Yes. Don't you re-roll a wound with this?
I can re-roll wound attacks, wounds failed. Speak. Yeah, you can reroll failed wounds for attacks made with this weapon.
Good, because 1 wound so far.
It's not good. That's a bit better.
Okay, so 4 wounds get through. AP minus?
-1.
-1. So 5 up saves. 1 knob biker dies. They have 3 wounds each.
Yep.
And then doesn't he get to hit back again?
Killing rampage. So each time an enemy model is slain, he hit by a melee weapon with this unit. You can make 1 additional attack against the same unit.
Okay.
So here we go again.
That one.
Reroll failed wounds. Failed wounds, not failed attacks. Damn.
And that's it from the Eversor. Now I'm paying 2 command points to interrupt. And I'm going to hit Captain Winters. Although a part of me says that this is wrong, so wrong. But he is your warlord.
He is.
He wears a stupid flat cap. Someone needs to knock it off his head. So this guy has got to hit your eliminators because he's more than an inch away and he's already engaged, so he can't pile in. So let's do the knob on Warbiker versus the eliminators, which hits on 3s. He's got a big chopper and he'll wound on 3s. He does 3 wounds at -1 and each does 2 damage, sir. So you need to roll 3 4s.
3 4s.
All right, let's kill this squad.
There you go. There's 3 4s.
Okay, all right. Now there's 2 power claws here and a big chopper. Let's start off with a big chopper on Captain Winters. 2 hits. Oh, did you want to activate the armor Indomitors?
Of course I did. Sorry,
okay.
Yeah.
2 wounds at -1. He has a 2 up save with the armor Indomitors.
Fantastic.
So 2 3s.
Fine.
You know what I just suddenly remembered? You've got 6 up ignore damage.
Yeah, I know. We've forgotten it throughout the entire game.
Yeah, because now I'm hitting Winters. I'm suddenly remembering. Got to remember it for him. Power claws, 4s to hit. Only 3 hits. But I am strength 10. So 2s to wound. Only 1 wound. 1 3 up invulnerable save because you activated the armor thingy bob.
No problem.
You make that save. So
He shall not bend.
He will not bend. I spent 2 command points to interrupt. Didn't do anything. Shall we go on with him?
Yeah, I think it's only fair.
You got 5 attacks.
5 attacks.
He's going to hit on 3s with his power fist.
Here we go.
And he rerolls 1s. So 2 hits. Strength 8, toughness 5. He wounds twice. And it's -3. I don't get a save. So D3, then D3 damage.
D3 damage.
1's dead.
Target acquired.
Winter's just tearing through. That's 3 in that unit wiped out. Morale is going to be a thing. Shall we do the eliminators now?
Yeah, let's finish this.
7 attacks hitting on 3s.
7 attacks. Oh yeah, of course. I'm
you had
shooting at you rather than hitting you.
Oh right, okay. I thought you were maybe picking up normal Space Marine attacks. These are big beakies.
Here we go.
3s. Reroll the 1. 4 hits. And 5s to wound.
5s to wound. Just building the tension.
Reroll on the 1. No.
Cocked.
Okay, no. So 3 knob bikers from that squad die. That's the end of that assault. Then we'll come across here to the Coluxus.
Fantastic.
Right, so what does this chap do?
Not much.
No?
He doesn't have any specialist close combat weapons.
He's just going to punch me with his
He's going to
fist.
punch the
Right, okay.
3 orcs to death with his 4 attacks.
Okay.
Here we go. So 2s.
Right.
Already failed. And
Strength 4,
4s.
toughness 4.
No.
Doesn't do anything.
That's it.
That's the end of your combat.
That is the end of combat. He can hit me back. But
Okay.
he can only hit me on 6s.
Only on 6s. So
Only
there's
on
2
6s.
boys here with choppers. So that is 3 attacks each. 6s. New. And then there's the guy with the power claw. Is it -1 to hit or just I hit on 6s?
You always. It's resolved as if you've got ballistic or weapon skill 6.
Okay. So the claw, 6s. No, he dodges right. He dodges left. He avoids the savage blows of the orcs. They would have been piling in. You're not defending that objective. I am somehow taking it off of you. But that is the end of your turn 2. I've got some morale to do. No morale in the middle because there's a huge squad of boys. It's going to cost me 2 command points to keep the single. Nope, he can run away. And then over here, leadership 7.
Can command point reroll?
I lost 4 boys. Plus that is 10. Which means the last 2 bikers. Or command point reroll. Oh, no, I've got breaking heads, I think, because they are knobs. Let me check the rules. It's called keeping order. So I need to roll a 6 for every model that flees. There's 2 left. And on a 6, they don't flee. So do these guys flee from the murder machine that is the ever? I'd like to think ever. I can't even say that.
Eversaw.
I like to think they're fleeing from Winters. They both flee from Winters. Right, at the end of that turn, you've secured this objective and made a charge. So it's 5 points to 3. But I've defended this objective here, making it 5 points to 5 again. It's still a dead tie. You are defending 1 objective. You're not defending this objective yet. But at the end of my turn, if you somehow are defending those 2, that's 4-point swing. But more importantly, everything that came racing over this side of the battle grid towards you, the knob war bikers, the knobs in the truck, everything has been wiped out in 2 turns by this perfect strike and by the help of the assassination execution force. I've got a massive squad of boys and my warlord left and some punch around here. Very interesting. That was brutal.
Yeah. I wasn't quite expecting that shooting to be so effective.
Neither was I. Right. I'm going to have... Well, let's see what orders come out. Let's go to Orks turn 2. Right, I scored all my objectives. So we do this again. So the first one, secure 6 or give them some DACA. Score a victory point if an enemy unit was destroyed in the shooting phase. Or score 6, which is that one that you're on right next to you.
That's let's just get rid of secure objective 6.
Okay. So...
No, give him some DACA.
Give him what? Okay.
That way, yes, that one.
That one.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Secure objective 6, which I definitely can't score. Okay. Kingslayer. Winters is going to be... And get emboss. Score a victory point if an enemy model was slain by your warlord in the fight phase.
Well, to be honest, just because it's going to be funny, I'm going to make you keep Kingslayer.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you want me to kill Winters?
I'm going to force your hand.
Defend 4 and defend 6. That's that one that you control.
Get rid of
6.
objective 4.
So secure 6, secure, defend 6, the one I came racing over towards. Okay, and then the last 2, defend 2 and defend 5. I think that's 5.
It is indeed. So I'm going to make you discard defend objective 2 because I think you're on it somewhere.
I think I'm on it. So I need to kill Winters. I need to get that objective just there, defend 5. And then I need to get all the way across to the... It's going to be a tough one.
Indeed.
Let's go on to Orks turn 2. Here we are after the Orks movement phase. And taking and defending that one isn't going to happen. Defending this one isn't going to happen. And slaying the warlord isn't going to happen. So basically the entire army shoved forward. Everything here advancing. +1 to move and +1 to advance because of evil sons. And they can shoot even though they advanced. And down in the middle of this mess is Pain Boy, Gruggerchucker, and Weird Boy Will. And at the end of the movement phase, the Pain Boy can heal D3 wounds on Gruggerchucker. So long as I don't roll a 1. He's got 1 wound left, and if I roll a 1, which I don't, he would have lost his last wound. D3 D3 wounds back on Gruggerchucker as a dirty syringe gets stabbed in his arm. 2. He's back up to 3. Then I'm spending a command point on Medisquig. Leaves me with 3 command points left, and I can do that again because I'm within range of a Weird Boy for D3 more wounds. For 2 more wounds, Gruggerchugger is back to 5. So the mobs of boys pushing forward. Gruggerchugger getting needles stuck in his arms. Over here, the squad of lads got outside of the truck before the truck came this way. The bikers have come round here. At least I can jump on 1 unit this turn. So let's throw much DACA into these eliminators, into these dudes right in front of me.
Infiltrators.
Those are the ones. Then we went into the shooting phase, and this swarm of boys and bikes in the truck fired into the infiltrators, and I killed 1. And now we're coming across to this big squad of shooter boys firing much DACA through the windows and through the ruins and through the doorway into the squad of jumpy dudes. Here's the 2 big shooters that can see. And only one hit with a daka. 2 hits, which doesn't generate further hits. It is strength 5, your toughness 5. A wound, a 3 up save.
Yeah, no problem.
You make it. And then I've got all of these dice to roll, hitting on 5s. This is the rest of the shots. And after firing a lot of lead in the general direction of the bad guys, I only did 5 wounds, 5 3 up saves to make.
Here we go.
Oh, I killed one. So 5.5 jumpy dudes left, and then the last thing in my shooting phase was the big shooter from the truck went into the Calidus, and I took a wound off her. And that's the end of my shooting phase. There's going to be some charges. I'm going to charge in here, which will stop you defending that one, and a massive amount of charging over here, just because there's a good scrap. And it's an 11-inch charge into your last remaining jumpy dude. Now I get +1 to this charge roll. We'll do Overwatch in a second. So it's a 10-inch charge, and I can re-roll it with Here We Go. The shooter boy's trying to get in there. And I'm really... Yes, if there's a fight, let's see if we can make the fight. And then I can re-roll any one of the dice for this 10-inch charge.
Oh, you're in.
Right, here we are after the charge phase. Most of my entire army is way over in Mr. A.P. Burns' deployment zone. The bikes tried to charge all the way around and didn't get far enough. They've ended up with the infiltrators. The truck is here. It declared a charge against the infiltrators, but when it piles in, it'll also pile into the eliminator, shutting them down. And the boys also tried to do the same thing. Basically, I tried to charge the snipers as well as the squad in front, and I failed everywhere. And the one unit that could hit the snipers, I didn't declare the charge against, which was the truck. Long story short, lots of scrapping about to happen here just on the unit in front. This truck made it into the Calidus, and you nearly shredded the vehicle again one more time, putting 3 mortal wounds on it. But I have rammed you, stop you defending that objective. And this is where the boys end up against the jumpy dudes before we pile in. I'm aware you've got 7 command points left. So let's start with the boys and pile in. Here we are after the pile in move. Now there's more than 20 boys there, so they all get an extra attack.
Yeah.
So they're up to 3 attacks each. The boss knob has got a base 3 attacks, plus 2 for having 2 big choppers, 2 normal choppers, and +1 because there's more than 20 boys. He'll fight first. He hits on 3s, and he's strength 5, but your toughness 5, so I need force to wound. I do a wound. You've got a jumpy dude on 1 wound left, and he's still alive. And now we've got many attacks coming in, but there are 5 boys that can't fight. But in the end, because jumpy dudes are toughness 5, I only got 14 wounds through, so 14 3 up saves.
Here we go.
Oh, that was nasty.
1 dead. 1 dead. 1 on 1 wound dead. Another 1 dead.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and the 1 on 1 wound, 4 of them get taken out. The boys consolidate a little bit closer, but not close enough to bring Librarian and Mikey P into the fight. There is 1 jumpy dude left, just the sergeant over there. But that was pretty brutal in the end. I didn't manage to get many wounds through, but thank you very much for saving all those dice rolls. Or failing to save all those dice rolls.
Yeah, it went great.
Then we're coming across here to the infiltrators, because you're paying 2 command points to interrupt.
Yeah, because I don't spend them on reroll, so I might as well use this.
Okay, so there's going to be 2 fighting the bikes.
Yep.
And that guy is lending his support to all of these attacks going into the boys.
Yep.
So it's 13 attacks hitting the boys.
Yep, we'll do those first.
3s to hit.
Ooh.
5 hits, winning on 4s. And you only get 3 wounds through.
3 wounds.
See, when I spent a couple of command points to interrupt as well, it did nothing too. 6s?
Nope.
No. 3 die. Then 4 attacks into the bikes.
3 attacks.
3 attacks, why? There's 2 guys, so that's 4 attacks.
I couldn't see him hiding, so there's another one.
Okay.
3 hits.
2 wounds.
2 wounds.
Nice. 2 4-up saves on the bikes. 1 takes a wound. Now it's my turn to strike back with the boys. I'm going to do it with the boys because these guys with the big choppers, and there's 3 with big choppers here, can do 2 wounds each. And if I kill a chunk of guys, you can actually take them from over here and potentially prevent the boys from fighting. So they need to fight first because they want to get stuck in. So stab them with a pointy end, hitting on 3s 21 times. 16 hits, winning on 4s. That looks pretty good. It wasn't that good, just 7 wounds, 7 threat saves, and I kill 1. Just 1.
Just 1.
And then the boss knob smashes with his power claw, which hits on 4s and will wound on 2s. I wound twice at -3, so you feel them.
Snake eyes.
D3 on the first one, D3 on the second one. So that squad of boys actually takes out 3. 1 minute. We just remembered something. I just remembered something. You've got lots of 6s, feel no pains to roll.
So I have.
So, how many did you lose here? 3?
Yeah.
So roll 6 6s to keep some guy alive.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The dice gods won't give me any now, because
Yeah.
I forgot.
And the dice gods
So
don't give you any. But we'll do the jumpy dudes as well.
Cool.
And you lost 5 guys.
Yeah.
Including shooting, so that's 10 6s with your feel no pain shenanigans.
Here we go.
The dice gods give you 1 back on 1 wound. Yeah, we've finally caught it. Finally.
It's only taken 2 whole turns to remember.
Yeah, now the big choppers will chop at your dudes. There's 3 with big choppers, and I hit on 3s. And I managed to get 5 hits through. It is strength 7. And only get 2 through at -1.
Okay.
Right, each does 2 damage. So on the first guy, let's roll 2 6s and keep him alive.
No.
And the second guy?
No.
No. So that's 2 more dead. And there is a power claw in this squad. And misses. Then the truck piled in and did no damage at all, locking up the eliminators. And then we came all the way over here to this truck, piling into the assassin and doing no damage. So now, finally, Mr. AP Burn can fight back. Over here, the eliminators piled in and hurt. The truck took 1 wound off of it. And then we're coming across to the Calidus. She's got 5 attacks with a phase sword. And she hits on 2s. So...
Here we go. Stabbing the driver in the face.
Okay, only 3 times.
I should just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, winning on 5s. But it is no. No damage done. I think that's the end of the fight phase. Yes, that is the end of the fight phase. We've got morale coming up now. You lost 4 here.
Yeah.
Their leadership 8. But you've got and they shall know no fear, so good luck. 5 plus 4 is 9. You're going to lose 1 more unless you choose to reroll.
Yeah, of course. There we go.
They stand firm. And then over here, you lost 6 this turn. You had lost 1 the previous turn.
Trickier.
So leadership 8 because they're primaries.
6.
6.
That's 9.
So you're losing 1 more unless you choose to reroll.
Choose to reroll.
Okay.
Ah, no. That was not good.
The rest flee. Then in the morale for me, I lost 3 in that squad. So 6 plus 3 is 9. Their leadership 8 right now because there's 8 boys. They start off with 11, so 1 more runs away. But they do stand firm. And then over here, we've got to do this fight. So we just resolve this fight here. My boy's attacking your guy, put a wound on you. And then you kill 2 of my guys. Now my boss knob is going to run away if I roll a 6. And then you'll start defending that objective there. And I've moved a long way away from you. So just don't roll a 6. I roll a 1. So I'm contesting this objective. I've stopped you scoring it. I'm contesting this objective. I've stopped you scoring it. But I haven't scored any objectives myself. So at the end of turn 2, the boys are having a jolly good time, rampaging through the cathedral, tearing stuff apart left, right and all over the place, but completely failing to get any objectives whatsoever. So it's still 5 points each as we go into Imperium turn 3. Right, new objectives. You're still trying to defend 3 and defend 5, which your 2 assassins are on, but there's a truck and some orcs there as well. So let's draw 2 more cards.
No prisoners.
No prisoners, just kill stuff. psychological warfare. Make me fail a morale test. Now I've got really big squads of boys left and 2 command points in my hand. But let's face it, these guys are going to get absolutely lit up. So I'll probably fail psychological warfare, which will be a point. But no prisoners is a point. But you can get D3 points.
Yeah.
So you can keep psychological warfare.
Okay. Assassinate.
Kill a
That's
character.
what we like. And supremacy.
Okay. Yeah, you've got many snipers. But supremacy, you're on that objective. You are on that objective. And you could... And that's D3 if you kill 3 characters.
Yeah.
But it should be tricky to kill all 3 characters. And it's D3 for... You're going to have to keep assassinate. It's narrative as well.
Yeah, I like it. It's thematic.
Make me run away, kill some characters, and get these assassins to score these objectives. Potentially, if you could do all that, that's many points.
Yeah.
Lots. Many. Let's go on to Imperium's movement phase. But before we do, we've been labouring under the misapprehension that this is Objective 4 and this is Objective 6. And then we just had a quick look.
Yeah.
Just to double check, because we made a mistake with the 6's ignore damage and we're double checking, triple checking. What objective is that one? That's
4.
4. This one is 6. This one is 6. And I've got defend objective 4 and defend objective 6 and secure objective 6 in my hand. This is objective 6. It's got a 6 on it. Now, you got Defenders of Humanity. I've got Zogoth, this is ours. So you control it, but I control it. When that happens, you count the number of models within range of the thing. I've got 3 in range. You've got 3 in range. So I'm not scoring it. It's still 5-5, but potentially there's a way back in it for me. Just need to kill a bunch of dudes here and secure that one and control that one. Interesting. Right, now let's go on to turn 3. So here we are after turn 3 for the Space Marines and their Assassins allies. You've decided to stay locked up in combat here with the Eliminators because you don't want the truck falling out and charging something else.
Precisely.
And everything else is staying there looking at this horde chasing towards them. And you need to assassinate characters, and getting down and having a look, you've pretty much got beads on
all your characters.
And make me fail a morale test and defend these 2 objectives here. So there's been some moving, but not much again.
Very little shuffling.
It's like Captain Winters and the Eversaw is getting ready for a charge one more time, and the Jumbie dudes have made their way round. Do you know what you want to do in the psychic phase?
Yeah, we're going to do very much the same as we did last time.
Okay.
Once I've got some dice.
Sure.
Thank you, sir. So, first off, we're going to put the Scryer's gaze on these guys, because they've all got a bead on your characters.
Just on the unit 2?
It's unit 3 then.
Oh, it's unit 3. Sorry,
Yeah.
I saw the guy with the white here. Okay. Okay. Need a 6.
Ooh, just about.
That passes.
Mikey P's doing the business today.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're just going to do a good old-fashioned smite on the
Smite.
boys. That doesn't go off.
Opening up the shooting phase, we had the intercessors and the sergeant lieutenant firing down into the squad of boys. Only killed 2. And then the pistols from this squad slammed into the truck and didn't wound it. So just 2 boys killed on this flank. And then we started the shooting phase over here, and all the characters fired. Winters, Liam, the Ancient, all of that lot fired in. And you've killed, including the assassin. And it was the Eversa. You killed 3 boys so far. 3 boys are dead so far. So that's all the incidental firepower. Now we're going on to the jumpy dudes, unloading all of their assault bolters into this big horde of boys. This is 12 shots, hitting on 3s and re-rolling 1s. The expert guidance of Winters coming into effect there. Strength 5, toughness 4, wounding on 3s, but you're outside of range of Dempsey. Not that you need to.
That's pretty good.
6 boys die. 6 boys die. What was that, Mr. AP Ben?
I was just saying that I think we should amend the rules for Captain Winters so that it allows you to reroll 2s, because that's the most common dice roll on the DZTV dice.
It sounds like a brilliant idea, but not right now.
Next game.
Yes. Where are we going next?
Okay, now we're going to put the these guys, the 3 eliminators with Scry's gaze on them. They're going to fire through the door.
Yes.
And they can see your warlord.
Can they?
They can indeed.
Brilliant. 3 shots.
Boy. But we're going to go for 3 shots against the warlord.
Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling.
Thank God.
Okay, 2 hits. And wounding on... That's a mortal wound in addition.
I need to re-roll that.
Do you? Oh yeah, because it's empty.
Lieutenant. Ah.
No. A mortal wound in addition.
Yeah.
It's -2. I've got a +1 because I'm in a ruin.
Yeah.
So I need a 5.
Ah.
He only takes a wound. Then the other unit of eliminators firing executioner rounds. They can just see the pain boy. So firing in, hitting on 3s. They all hit.
Excellent.
Wounding on 4s. And that's a mortal wound in addition. Then these are saves at -2. He's only got a 6 up save, so he doesn't get any saves. So 1 mortal wound plus 2 D3 wounds on the pain boy.
Here we go. Ah!
Which is 3 wounds, which he saves on 6s. Which reminds me, my warlord saves that sniper shot on a 6. Right, the pain boy is down to 1 wound left. Rugger Chugger's down to 4 wounds left. Weird Boy Will on 2 wounds left. Still haven't assassinated the character yet, and we're not very good at this 6-up Feel No Pain malarkey. You've got a Vindicator. Where can he draw line of B to sight to?
He can see both your pain boy and your war boss. So he's going to try and kill the pain boy.
Because it's a definite thing?
Because it's most likely he's going to do it. And then hopefully... I'm going to reuse the stratagem I used last time to double tap him and get a headshot on your war boss.
2's to hit the pain boy.
Yep.
2's to wound the pain boy.
No.
Command point reroll?
No.
No?
No.
No?
Can't do it to myself.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, letting the dice gods decide your fate. You haven't assassinated a character. Really?
But we've got another go.
Okay.
We've gone for another CP.
Okay. What? So, CP for what?
This is for the stratagem to allow the Vindicator to fire again, but he has to target a different character.
Okay, so he's targeting the
war boss.
Okay. 2's to hit the war boss.
Oh, you're joking.
Are you sure you don't want a command point reroll?
I'm positive. Right,
this chapter of Expert Marksman really need a hand.
Captain Winters needs to lick him into shape.
Yeah, he sounds like a terrible captain, if you ask me. Terrible training.
He got all those purity seals for acts of extreme heroism.
Did he? Maybe just because he wears a ridiculous flat cap. Right, suppressors are the only thing left to fire over here then. Where are the unit 2 going?
2 going into the truck.
Into the truck. 2 into the truck, hitting on 3s. What could possibly go wrong?
Nothing.
Everything hits. Winning on 3s. And 3 wounds, 3 6s. It's got 4 wounds left because you put that neural thing that can fall back and fire, and yeah, it's got 4 wounds left. So that's 6 damage. It will die unless I roll 6s for ramshackle. That's still 5 damage. It's a dead truck. Does it go boom?
Yes.
And it does D3 mortal wounds to your assassin for 2.
She's down to 2.
Down to 2. But the truck has gone and you're defending that objective one more time. Then the remaining 3 suppressors are going to unload into the boys. 3s to hit. And are you within 1 in...
No. Force of habit.
Okay.
Cheating. Rerolling that though.
Yes. I don't get a save. 3 more boys die. Right, then we moved on to the charge phase. The jumpy dudes went into the remaining squad of shooter boys, backed up by the Epheser and Winters and the Psyker. Mikey P. So the looters are absolutely surrounded. There'll be a bigger pile of bodies over here. And then Sergeant Brom orders his intercessors into these remaining 5 boys. They make the charge. And then the lieutenant jumped in there as well. So we have Space Marines charging boys on the right and left flank. Where would you like to start, sir?
We're going to start over here with Brom's squad.
Okay. 3s to hit.
Here we go.
6 hits, force to wound.
Rerolling a 1. Nope.
Only 3 wounds. 3 6s. 3 of the boys die. Then the Phobos lieutenant jumps in there. He's got 4 attacks. He hits on 2s. and he only gets 3 hits. Unmodified hit rolls of 6 with this guy count as 2 hits though. And
reroll because of himself. No.
Okay, 2 more wounds, 2 more 6-up saves. No, which means that boy dies. The knob with the claw is on 1 wound left. I'm not paying to interrupt. We can come all the way over here. How many orcs do I have left?
You have...
Not very many. Oh,
10.
The jumpy dudes do mortal wounds when they charge in, impact hits. Yep. So you roll 2 dice, and on 6s you're just going to kill some boys.
Nope.
No 6s. And now we're going to charge and chop with the remaining attacks. I hope 1 boy is left alive. Where do you want to start?
Ooh, let's start with the Eversaw.
Okay.
Because I just love him. He's just so angry.
6 attacks, hitting on 2s. He only hits 4 times this time. And he wounds on 4s? 5s. 3s. He's strength 5. 3s, and he rerolls to wound. Right, so he'll kill 3, and then he gets 3 more attacks because of his unbridled rage rule, which will hit on 2s. So he's killed 3 so far, winning on 3s and re-rolling. So he kills 4. Right, where do you want to go next?
Let's see, how many we got left? We got 5 left. Let's
5 left.
thin the herd with the Inceptors.
Okay, 5 attacks with them, hitting on 3s.
Cool.
And we're re-rolling hit rolls of 1 and wounding on 4s. They get 3 through as well. 6s. They kill 2. Then what I'll do is take these 2 away. And measuring up, Winters can get in there, but Mikey P can't. So Winters piles in. And now he has to kill the last 3 on his own with 5 attacks, hitting on 3s with his power fist.
Here we go. 1 misses.
4 hits, wounding on. That'll do it. That'll kill 1 boy, another boy, and this will do D3 mortal wounds on the knob.
Oh, just 1.
And the knobs, so I've got 1 knob with 1 wound left here, and on the other side as well. And it looks like this. Right, then you select one of your models to activate. These 2 guys aren't here, that's the dead part. You've got your Calyxus.
Indeed.
Hitting my knob back. So punch my knob.
Just going to punch your knob and hit it on 2s.
Everything hits. Winning on 4s. Oh, we get some wounds in this time.
And you can't make a save, which we've got last time.
Can't I?
No, you can only make invulnerable saves. I'm going to read this.
So you're defending that objective, and you're defending that objective. Then I select a unit within 1 inch of an enemy, so my knob over there can't actually pile in and fight you because he's more than 1 inch away. And over here, I'll fight back with my knob versus your guys.
Bring it.
I think I'm going to hit your lieutenant.
Hit my lieutenant with your knob.
Yes. Forced to hit. My knob hits you twice. 2s to wound. Wound you twice. 2 6-up saves, sir.
Which you can't see that.
2d3 damage. Only 3. 3 6-up, feel no pains on the lieutenant. Oh, 1 hit floor. So he only takes 2 wounds. Then the eliminators will strike the truck, and the truck will strike the eliminators. The eliminators hurt the truck and make the save. The truck doesn't hurt them back. That's the end of the fight phase. Now we have morale. I lost 7 boys here. My leadership is 7. I could pay 2 command points to keep a knob alive. But that sounds a bit silly. And then over here, so he's going to flee, basically. If I roll a 1, he's fleed. And then over here, I can spend 2 command points to keep 1 knob alive again. Because these are all dead. That's my dead pile. And I'm not going to do that either. So they flee. Then we remove the models and it looks like this. I've got my 3 characters in the middle of the battle grid, along with a big screaming horde of boys. And some up out on this flank here. And that's all that's left of my army. But you haven't got much left over here either. More importantly, you failed to assassinate a character. Crack shots.
Yep.
But you do get a point for psychological warfare.
Indeed.
So it's 6 points to 5, and you've started defending both of these objectives as well, and I'm a long, long way from there. So I think it's pretty much a guarantee for you to get 4 points at the end of my turn.
That's the hope.
Which is crazy good. So right now it's 6 points to 5. The Orks are somewhat exposed. Somewhat exposed. Let's find out what they do in turn 3. Right, here are my objectives. Secure 6, defend 5 over on the other side of the battle grid. I could potentially get them. Kingslayer, not so much. I ditched one of the unsecurable cards that I couldn't get. So I've got 2 more orders, which is secure 1 and secure 4. Which one would you like me to keep?
I think 4 is the one I want you to keep because that's where Mr. Dempsey is sat.
Okay, so here are my objectives. Basically, I need to go rampaging after 6, I think, because you're going to get a lot of points this turn. Let's go on to the Orcs movement phase. Right, here we are after my movement phase. Trucks broken out of combat. The knob bikers are moving up. I need to defend 6, secure 6, and that's not enough DACA. So the big mob of boys is on the other side of that wall, and they're going to come bursting through like a bat out of hell and try and take this objective for me. But you're going to get 4 at the end of this turn. So this game might come down to whether I kill Captain Winters because I have Kingslayer in my hand. So I advanced through the gap with all 3 of my characters. I know you've got Assassinate in your hand, but I can charge after I advanced because that's what Warbusters allow me to do. And I think I'm going to put everyone into Captain Winters. Now,
how can you do it, man?
Because he must die. And you've used the 3 up and vulnerable save for the armor and Indomitus already. Now, the good thing to do would be to smite. But I'm not going to smite. I want to get him as tough as possible. Add 2 to his strength. Add 2 to his attacks. I need a 6 or something. That's a 10. That definitely passes. You need an 11 if you wish to deny this. He has now got the Fist of Gork. The power of Gork or Mork compels me. Would you like to try and block it?
Mikey P denies you. No, he doesn't.
Mikey P doesn't deny me. Oh, and at the end of the movement phase, he can do his Healy thing.
Yeah.
D3 mortal wounds back on him so long as I don't roll a 1. And that's a back up to full health. He starts off with 6. Stabbing him in the arm with a dirty syringe one more time. Right, now let's shoot some DACA. Right, the Pain Boy and Weird Boy Will don't have a gun, but my War Boss has a combi weapon with a rocket launcher. I can fire both profiles, which means I'm hitting on 6s. So let's do that. Let's fire a rocket at a jumpy dude. I need a 6. No, and then they shoot a profile. And that's DACA, DACA, DACA. 2 hits. I don't know if that wounds because you're toughness 5.
Oh, it's a 5.
No, it's a strength 4 weapon. The jumpy dudes are saving Captain Winters there. Then we come all the way across here to the only other thing I can fire, which is all these knobs on bikes are going to fire at your infiltrators.
Yeah, intercessors.
These ones here, yeah. Intercessors. Okay.
Oh, what do you mean in the cloaks?
No, not the cloaks, because they're minuses to. They have extra cover.
They're just intercessors. Sergeant Prom squad.
Yes, that one is a bit too close to that guy. I'll move him back in a minute. Anyway, many shots, 5s to hit with DACA ring. There's 3s, 4, 6s, so I'm going to re-roll those ones. Excellent orc shooting there, 9 hits, 3s to wound. 6 wounds, 6 wounds, 6 3-up saves. And then don't forget your 6-up, feel no pain.
Make one.
Kill a dude. That's it. That's the end of my shooting phase. Now the boys behind the wall are going to charge. And I'm going to charge your lieutenant and this squad here. You can't fire Overwatch because you can't see me. So let's charge and re-roll the 2. Oh, we're in. This is where we end up after the charge, surrounding the eliminators, surrounding the intercessors here and the lieutenant. Beautiful charge. Now we're going to charge Winters with my warlord. Are you going to chuck a grenade or shoot a pistol?
Well, do a grenade.
Okay.
Nope.
Re-roll once.
Of course, because I'm Captain Winters. And
it hits. Brilliant. It'll wound on a 3. It doesn't wound.
It does not wound on a 3.
Let's see if I manage to get in there. I do. This is where we end up after all the charges coming. Measuring very carefully, staying out of range to make sure the assassin can't intervene. Staying away from the jumpy dudes there. Basically trying to put all my attacks into that dirtbag, Captain Winters.
He's a hero of the Imperium.
He's about to be a dead, squished Umi.
He's about to earn more purity seals.
Gruggerchucker is starting first, and he's got 4 attacks, +1 for his Warlord trait and +2 for the Fist of Gork. 7 attacks. It's a Power Claw, so he hits on 3s. And that could have been better. Now, he's up to Strength +1 because of his Warlord trait is 7. +2 for the Psychic Power is 9. ×2 for the... He's strengthened 18.
Yeah, he's tough.
He will wound on 2s. And it's the relic one, so it re-rolls to wound. Everything wounds. Now, Winters has got 7 wounds left. But he's got 4 up and vulnerable saves, and each of these does a flat 3 damage.
Here we go. Oh!
You failed them all. That's 12 damage.
It's 12 6-ups.
12 6-ups to keep him alive.
We can do it. Thank you very much.
3 more. 7 wounds to get through because of his Warlord trait. Is that?
I don't know. You were right. I was wrong. We can do this.
Normally I say good luck, sir, but someone needs to knock that flat cap off his smiling mug.
The Emperor doesn't make any.
Captain Winters gets slaughtered. What was that? What did you say?
I said, you know the drill. He doesn't get slaughtered. He
Yeah.
gets teleported up back to the battle barge. Lieutenant Dempsey saw him fall and radioed up on the box.
Yeah.
And he just as he was about to have the finishing coup de grace,
I
he
like
was
the...
teleported out.
I prefer the bit that you said before then, which was you feel a little bit bad, don't you? And what did I say?
No.
No, not at all. Right. I'm going to select, because heroically intervening happens at the end of the charge phase. So I'm going to select this model to pile in and then consolidate. So my Warlord isn't the closest unit to the suppressors. And I'm going to do it with the Weird Boy as well. Protect the boss. That's what's going on there. You've got a couple of command points left. Do you want to pay to interrupt for this ruckus that's about to happen over here? I don't think it will make much of a muchness.
I don't think I am. I've got a few things up my sleeve for the next turn.
You've got 3 command points.
Yeah. I've got 2 stratagems that I want to use that total 3 command points.
I've got 1 stratagem that totals 3 command points that I've been holding on to. Right, so the knobs on war bikes are going to hit the eliminators. There are 3 attacks each, so 9 attacks with the, what are they called? Big choppers, hitting on 3s and wounding on 3s. I only do that many wounds. 4 wounds at -1, but each does 2 damage and will kill your sniper dudes.
Here we go.
But you get 6-ups on them. So the first one...
Do you say it was 2 damage?
Yeah, 2 damage each. Second one. And the third guy is alive, but he's got to do it again with 2 more, because I got 4 through.
Ah, damn you.
Now they're dead. Now on to the intercessors and the lieutenant here. I've got 24 boys there, so that's 3 attacks each. And I got choppers, so that's 4 attacks each. That's 4 times 24 attacks before the claw comes in. Right, focusing as many of the attacks as I can on the intercessor. I've got 4 wounds in on the lieutenant, who saves on a 3-up. And 1 hit the floor.
Cut. Feel that tension.
So he takes a wound and a 6-up for no pain.
Nope.
So he's down to 2 wounds left, and now we're going to do all the attacks on the intercessors. And we did a lot of dice rolling off camera. The power claw whiffed, and I've done 18 wounds. This number of wounds, you need to make a lot of saves. Lots of 3-up saves from all the remaining attacks.
Oh, here we go. It's not bad.
That is very good. And then 6s, ignore damage. Only 4 failed saves, and I kill 1.5 dudes. And that's it. Then the Orks consolidated so that there's more on closer to the objective than the intercessors. Then they fought back and killed 3 Orks. So this ruck continues. Honestly, I thought I would have you there. intercessors and the lieutenant versus all of these many attacks. But
it's Sergeant Brom's steady hand.
Sergeant Brom is a hero. However, we're now onto the morale phase. You're okay there. My morale is 21. I'm okay here. You have no more morale to take, so there is no morale.
Yeah,
so
correct.
Sergeant Brom keeps him firm.
Hold him steady.
And that's the end of turn 3.
Indeed.
It was 6 points to 5. I'm controlling this objective. 6 points each. I've got Kingslayer. For D3 points.
Yeah.
For 1 point, 7 points to 6 in favour of me. And 1 point for Slay the Warlord.
Yeah.
8 points to 6. But you're defending that objective and defending this objective. So it was 8 points to 6 in favour of me, but because of the assassins, because they're here and on those objectives, it's 10 points to 8 in favour of Mr. AP Byrne.
Yeah, it's a close run thing this. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
Could go either way.
And strangely enough, I'm on one half of the battle grid. You're on the other half of the battle grid. Let's find out what happens in turn 4. Right, after ditching a card, you've got Assassinate in your hand. All my characters are right there. And if you kill 3 characters, that's D3 points.
Indeed.
I think you might be onto something. And there's Warlord. Right, let's do the remaining orders. Let's see what comes down.
Honour the chapter.
And King, right, get rid of Kingslayer.
I thought you might. Hold the line.
Hold the line.
And master the walk.
Now make sure there's no enemy units in your deployment zone, I think. No enemy units in your deployment zone. And there's a truck and lots of boys. And yep, you can keep hold the line.
Area denial.
Make sure there's nothing.
Secure objective 1.
Where is objective 1?
Way out of the way.
There's objective 1. You could potentially run onto it.
I could do it with my Colexis.
But yeah, area denial will be D3 points because there's no enemy units within 12 inches of the centre. So let's make you try and run after objective 1. Try and blow away every single orc that is holding on to in your deployment zone. Kill as many characters as you can. Honour the chapter. Score a victory point if an enemy character lost a wound as a result of an attack made by one of your characters. If an enemy character was slain as the result of such an attack, score D3 points instead. What was the other one?
No backsies.
No backsies. The other one was Kingslayer.
Yeah.
So Kingslayer is D3, and if one of your characters kills one of my characters, that's D3.
The assassins all have the character keyword, so...
I don't think that there was any way I could avoid the D3. I'm just going to have to hope that you roll low. Potentially, apart from getting rid of the orcs, you could score all of these. Interesting. Let's go on to the movement phase. Right, here we are after the movement phase. You're not getting hold the line or securing objective 1. The assassin tried to advance all the way onto there, but couldn't. However, honouring the chapter and assassinating characters is going to be ridiculously easy. Killing a character with a character, I mean, that's a smite.
Yep.
And you're done. And characters can't block characters for shooting. So there's many shots. Potentially Warlord killed there as well. And the assassin is also a character. She's come jumping around. And finally you move the suppressors. These two moved because once they've moved they can get line of sight and range on the bikers up there. And this one jumped over from there. So he's going to be hitting on 4s, they're going to be hitting on 4s, but now they all have line of sight and range on the bikers because they've got 36-inch range guns. The Eliminators, of course, and the Vindicare can target my characters. Assassinate my assassins. Target my characters. I don't think my HQ structure will be here after this turn. So, let's move on to the psychic phase. Are you smiting?
Smitey smite, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Goes off.
I'm going to attempt to deny that.
I thought you might.
I need a 9. I failed to deny it. It will do D3 mortal wounds on the Pain Boy.
It's only
for
one,
1, which I'll ignore on a 6.
Oh.
Pain Boy's dead. So a character killed a character.
Excellent.
That's D3 victory points. So that's Honour the chapter. That would be D3. And that's Assassinate. That's a point. Mm-hmm. But if you kill 3 characters... that's another D3. So, who wants to start this party?
Well, actually, he's gone with the psychic power.
Oh yes, of
so
course.
He's going to do Scry's Gaze on these snipers.
Right.
That I'm hoping can't miss from that range.
How could they possibly miss from this range?
Scry's Gaze first. No,
it doesn't work. Right, now we shall shoot some guns.
Yes.
You're going to put all of the shots from the jugular dudes into the Weird Boy.
Yeah.
Weird Boy Will, and make him dance a jig.
Well, I've already given him 2 headshots and he's still going, so we're just going to plough him with bullets.
3s to hit. 3s to wound. Yeah, the Weird Boy's dead. It's -1, he has a 6 up save, he's dead. Weird Boy Will has been wiped out. Thanks for playing.
Halfway there.
Now, Grugger Chugger is looking a bit exposed, with lots of green goo hanging all off of him. Where are we going next?
I'm going to fire the Executioner pistol, or Extus pistol, whatever it's called.
Uzi, point blank range,
Yep.
4 shots, hitting on 2s.
All hit.
And wounding on 5s. Any
3 wounds.
3 wounds? 3 wounds.
3 wounds.
Target acquired. 4 ups become 5 ups. He's down to 3 wounds left. Now, Librarian Mikey P is going to chuck a grenade and try and go for the kill. He hits. Wounds on a... Not that. Never mind, Mikey P. Take the pin out next time.
I mean, what I should do now is fire these guys into him.
That's what you should do, yeah.
But Liam's going to have a crack with his Stalker bolt rifle.
Is he?
He is.
Go on, Liam. 3s to hit.
It's actually 4s because he moved.
Okay.
But he still hits.
And he wounds. It's -2. So I need a 6. I fail that. Grugger Chugger's on 2 wounds left. Liam doesn't kill him, but he injures him.
He doesn't go for the glory. He
no.
Just did.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
So we'll do the same with the
Ancient,
who I forgot about.
4s, because it's heavy. Oh, it hits.
Wounds.
Wounds as well. -2. Grugger Chugger's on 1 wound left. Now, finally, maybe a sniper can actually kill him.
Yeah, they need all the help we can get.
Right, this squad of 3 here?
Yeah, nearest squad that I tried to put Scry's
Okay. On. 2 hits. All you need is 5s to wound.
There you go.
Grugger Chugger falls. That's on of the chapter. That's Assassinate. 3 characters done. That would be D3 for on of the chapter, D3 for Assassinate, +1 for Slay the Warlord. I think you're roaring into the lead. Now the suppressors are going to unload on the bikes up there. Here's the 4 shots from the 2 that moved, hitting on 4s and wounding on 3s. 2 wounds get through at -2, 2 damage each. I need 6s. One of the bikers was on 1 wound, so he is now dead. And then the other guys, so one of them moved, he's hitting on 4. 2 shots hitting on 4s. Brilliant.
Yeah.
And wounds, I need 6s. I fail them both. 2 bikes dead, because they've got 3 wounds each, but each does 2 damage. And then you've got the 2 that remain stood still, hitting on 3s. 1 hit. And a wound. And I failed that save as well, but that puts a biker down to 1 wound left. That's the end of the shots firing up the table.
Not quite, actually.
No? Is there another shot somewhere?
This guy.
That's 36-inch range.
It's 72-inch range.
Oh, the assassin.
Yes.
The Vindicare.
The Vindicare.
Beautiful. Okay, so the Vindicare levels his Exodus rifle. He hits on a 2. He's aiming at the bikes and he hits. Now they're not infantry, so it's strength 5 versus toughness 5. And he wounds, and it's minus a lot and plenty of damage. He takes out one of the bikers. Just the boss knob biker left alive there. Then we did the pistols from the intercessors in close combat, and they didn't hurt this big swarm of boys. Now let's fight. And when the dust settles, the lieutenant is dragged down, 2 of the intercessors is dragged down, and Sergeant Brom stands alone, holding this flank by himself. What a hero, what a legend. He also managed to take out 2 Ork boys. And that's the end of turn 4. Now my leadership over here is many, so the knob on bike is not running away. And Brom's days in this world may be numbered. And I've also defended that objective. I've defended objective 6. So it's 10 points each. But then we come all the way back over here again. So you got 1 for slaying the warlord, which is 11 points to 10.
Yeah.
And then many, many other points. So 2d3 points for the assassinate and honour the chapter.
Okay.
And that's 5 more points, which makes it 16 points to 10 in favour of the Space Marines as we go into Orks turn 4. Right, scored 2 objectives last turn, and I ditched secure objective 4, and then I scored secure objective 6. Oh, defend objective 6. So I have got a full draw. 6 points in it. It's not over yet until the fat orc sings. So assassinate, kill a character. All your characters are way over here. And blood and guts, kill something in the assault phase like Brom. Which one would you like me to keep?
Well, blood and guts, I think.
You want me to keep blood and guts?
No, that's the one you're getting rid of.
Kill a character. Can we call Brom a character?
Much as he is, he's a delightful character, but I think we'll no.
Advance out of my deployment zone, which I've already done. Or kill something in the shooting phase with my minimal guns.
I think you're going to keep overwhelming firepower.
Okay. How about Witch Hunter, slay Mikey P, who's all the way over here, or more speed, go faster, just advance?
I think Witch Hunter you're keeping.
You want me to kill Mikey P?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Area denial, make sure there's nothing within 12 inches of the centre, which there isn't. Or would you like me to keep secure objective 2, which is, no, I have no idea.
I have no idea which is.
I think it's by the statue.
Yeah.
But that one's worth D3. I can probably get to objective 2.
I think I'm going to let you secure objective 2.
You're going to let me do that?
Area denial can go.
Okay, so I've got to kill Mikey P, which is impossible, and assassinate something, which is impossible. Kill something in the shooting phase I might be able to do. Maybe. I've got a couple of big shooters over there aiming at Brom, and I don't like the colour of his jib.
His smile will dazzle you and you'll miss.
And then I'll try and jump onto objective 2 as well. Okay, let's go on to the Orc shooting phase. And when I said shooting phase, I meant movement phase, and this is the very end of my entire turn, in fact. What I did was fall back out of combat here, because there's objective 2, thinking I could score that, and then throw 6 Daka shots and 3 Daka shots at strength 5 into Brom, going for kill something in the shooting phase. And Brom took the shot and stood firm. So what a legend. Fighting off this wave of Orc boys, beating them back, and at the end of my turn 4, I only score 1 objective, making it 16 points to 11 in favour of the Astartes. And then before we go into turn 5, you've got secure objective 1 in your hand, which will make Mr. AP Byrne jump 6 points into the lead one more time. And I've got 3 units with which to score stuff. And looking ahead at those cards, you're going to at least get... I don't have enough scoring options to get 6 points back again. And so at this point, Murphy's War will have to concede. This is the way the world ends. War boss Grugger Chugger came to this battle grid spurred on by the blinking lights in the distance from the descending drop pods and storm ravens, thinking that there would be a big scrap, a good scrap. It turned out to be a very bad scrap. He ended up punched into the dust. Weird Boy Will managed to get his head kicked in as well. But I'm saying that's a victory for the Orcs, because if there's a fight, Orcs win.
I'm saying it's a victory for Brom.
A legend was born this day.
He's getting
a hero, Sergeant Brom. Is he going to be a lieutenant now?
I think next time we see him, he'll be on a bigger base. He might have some bling, and he'll be a lieutenant.
Dempsey didn't do too well, though, did he?
He didn't do much. He gave his re-rolls, but he didn't really get into the thick of it. So
Mikey P killed a character. Winters got dragged down. He managed to repel the first charge and managed to take... All those Nob Warbikers did go smashing into him, and he went, "No, I will not bend," and helped take them down along with the Everzer assassin, but he couldn't withstand Grugger Jugger.
No, it was just too much.
Just too much. This army, how do you think it went on? I was looking at your army before the game began and thought, you could be in a bit of trouble here. I've got a lot of speed. I come jumping on you.
I'm really surprised, because I mean this army's built for a fun and for a laugh, and I didn't build it with a real competitive edge in mind at all.
No?
I'm really impressed with the Eliminators.
eliminators.
Yeah. I mean, they whiffed a couple of times, but they did enough damage to characters that when they got up close, they were easier to kill.
Okay.
The assassins are mean.
The assassins
really mean.
add something. Instead of having one assassin, having multiple assassins that can drop in. This one, I know it's not very good, but only 6s to hit meant there was no point in turning around for it, and I couldn't really I did damage it, put 1 wound off of it, but that's about it.
And they're great against psychic armies.
Yeah.
Great against them. I mean, the Calidus didn't do a huge amount, but they did enough damage to your trucks to make you think about it.
Caligulus has cured that, then defended that, having the ability to pop up, even if they don't do damage, or pop up in a corner and line break or something, having the ability to... And they're only 85 points each.
Yeah, I mean, it's for a detachment, for an extra CP,
yep.
And for a 2,000 point-ish game, it's a bargain.
Yeah, and you did surprisingly well despite forgetting the 6-up feel no pain. We apologise to the entire internet and everyone screaming at the screen. How many times have you fielded this army?
I've not fielded it as an army ever before. And the only other time that I did field a detachment of these guys, I used different chapter tactics.
Okay.
So I used Raven God. So yeah, I apologise. But I don't think it would have mattered because I'm rubbish at rolling 6s anyway.
Okay. Well, I think the standout unit, as ever, is Jumpy Dudes with Assault Bolters.
Yeah.
Because they have the ability to move, you drop them in along with a Captain Lieutenant nearby. I mean, those knobs are 2 wounds each with a 3-up save, and you just tore through them.
Chewed them, and there's still 2 left, even though they were charged and they were shot at.
Yeah. Charged by a huge wave of boys, and then we remain with the 6-up, and they managed to repel the fight. Yeah. Interesting. It's an interesting list that you've got here. There is a surprising amount of mobility because the suppressors could jump in, the Hellblasters could jump, not Hellblasters, Jumpy Dudes can jump in, the Assassins could jump out all over the place. I also think that dividing your castle into 2, that is a key tabletop tactic for when you're facing an assault-based list.
You had to choose, and okay, the objective cards made you think about which you would prefer, but
yeah.
It's definitely an added layer of tactics.
And you did shut down some of your fire angles by doing that, but putting them here would have been a very bad thing, or putting them here would have been a very bad thing, because then I could have just come over into the corner. Yes, you'd have dropped behind me with certain things, but having everything in one place means I could hit and pile in and hit and pile in, and I would have spent my command point. I kept 3 command points back for Unstoppable Green Tide, thinking that one of these squads would have been able to survive and then come back in again. That lovely Orc stratagem. And I did that last time in my last game, and in both games I have failed to bring the tide back in. So I think I'm learning in the future, just spend it straight away. If you're going to bring it back in, bring it back in. So great game. I enjoyed myself. It turned out to be incredibly tactical.
Yeah, it was. They performed. The Marines performed so much better than I was anticipating.
Yeah.
I thought it was a bit of a fluffy fun list, but these guys have got some punch, and
the AP -2 makes all the difference.
Definitely.
But you need a Captain Lieutenant with them, or Guilliman with them, or someone with them to help them out. I think you can only field them in squads of 3 as well.
Yes. Which
kind of sucks. By the time this goes up, though, because there's the Word Bearers one, then that'll be up, and then there's the First Orc one. This one is going to be about 3 or 4 weeks after we film, and I strongly suspect that there's a Space Marine thingy bob on the way. So we're saying, hey, you can only field these in units of 3, unless you've seen a Codex review by Witness SEO recently that says you can't, that you can bring more of them. It might be out. I like them. In all the units, in all the battles that I've used suppressors, I like them.
They are good, but the models are rubbish.
They're a bit derpy, aren't they?
You have to do interesting things with them to make them look good, I think.
Why couldn't there be one stood on a rock, aiming out or one with his gun back over his shoulder, just with a pistol in one hand?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Holding the big rifle over his shoulder. Why do they all have to be legs akimbo falling down from space? And the other thing is, these guys who haven't got the massive jump packs and drop in from orbit move 12, whereas these guys move 10. What's that all about?
Hopefully that'll be fixed as
well.
well.
Why are these guys not moving 10 and they're moving 12? Why isn't it the other way around? Is it because these are in Gravis? Well, because they're in Gravis, but they've got really big jump packs. They've got little grav chutes. I don't get it. But I do, apart from the models, the rules are great, and I really appreciate what you did with the shoulder pad there with the DZTV logo.
That's my pleasure. It was a bit of fun.
So thanks for coming down one more time, Mr. AP Byrne. Glorious work that you've done here. Big shout out to Stylus putting the challenge out there.
Yeah.
So Stylus, look what you've made Mr. Mikey P do. Mr. AP Byrne do. I'm getting confused now. I've been talking for very, very long. And there's Mikey P is in the house, and Brom's in the house, and Dempsey's in the house, and too many names.
And there's more on the way.
There's more on the way?
Yes.
What are you adding?
Well, I won't say exactly what I'm adding, but say hi, Paul.
All right.
Chewy. They're on the way.
Rob, not Steve.
Rob,
Steve, not Rob.
Steve. Yeah. They will, and they're all got positions in the command structure, and we'll see them again, I'm sure.
Cool. Well, when they turn up, I'm sure they'll be subservient to the hero that is Brom. You gave him a nice smile as well, didn't you? Yeah, a nice smiling
winning
Brom
smile
with a blue helmet. I'm sure he won't appreciate the blue helmet. Anyway, that's it. I think we'll wrap up. Been gone on. This terrain is from foreground.co.uk. Glorious terrain, as all of their stuff is. The resin chunks are from Red Dragon Gaming, who also do bunkers and all sorts of stuff. They're good guys. And if you put in the code WINTERS, I think it's 10% off. Battlemat from GameMat.eu. Yeah. Mr. AP Byrne from an archaeology trench somewhere in Somerset. And that's it. If you want more Winters SEO content, please check out deploymentzone.tv. If you just want to support us and help the channel grow, then please subscribe to deploymentzone.tv. And we hope you all enjoyed that battle report. Happy wargaming.